Good evening, folks, and welcome to Attitude MMA 17.
All right, welcome to Attitude MMA 17, live from the Grindhouse. I'm TJ Konak. I'll be your host tonight. Alongside of me is my broadcast co-partner, Zach Lee. He is a jiu-jitsu black belt and a former MMA fighter. So, Zach, tell me what you think about this main event we've got tonight with Reggie Adams and Antowuan Attempted Murder Mosley.
Well, I don't know much about Antowuan, but I can tell you this. After Reggie's last performance, he is really ready to get it back. He wants to get a W. When we talked to him in the back, I feel that he's comfortable. He said he had a better weight cut this time around. I think he's ready. I think he's ready to perform at his peak at 100%. Last time that he fought, it was a great fight, but he was a little bit under the weather with energy because of the weight loss that he had so quickly.
Well, he is taking this fight on short notice. He came in a little bit heavy. How do you think that's going to affect the fight?
I honestly don't think it's going to affect the fight at all. Reggie has adapted himself very well through the years. He's a state champion wrestler. He's from my old high school. He's got a lot of things to bring to the table. He's been working on his grappling, and he has been working on his stand-up a lot as well. So he told me when I talked to him recently that he's been comfortable at this weight now, that this is where he wants to be.
Well, he is looking to advance in the MMA rankings, moving up to the big show, the UFC. Be interesting to see how it goes. Now, another fight we've got up tonight is at the 185-pound division between, hopefully I get this right, Keion Ali Afriki,
yes,
and Jordan Fowler. A little bad blood in this fight. Talked to Keion in the back. He was a little upset about what Jordan said in an interview with Chad Chilcutt on Facebook. He didn't like being referred to as a boy. What do you think about that?
To be honest with you, I wouldn't want to be referred to as a boy either if I was a grown man. I can tell you that I've trained with Ali for a long time. He is very respectful. He's very humble. He's very open. Funny thing is a lot of MMA fighters, guys that start out fighting, they don't want to wear a gi. And I just told him one day, I was like, man, I really think you should start wearing a gi. And he, no joke, came in the next day wearing a gi. Like he'll do anything he needs to do to get better. His last fight that I watched, very comfortable on his feet, very good takedown defense, and he was really working on his leg kicks a lot, a whole lot.
He was very dominant, I thought, in that fight. Went the distance, but I mean, the kid he fought, he just had, just some tremendous heart. He took some shots. EJ can throw some hands now.
Now, that guy that he fought, I don't remember his name off the bat, but he took that fight on very short notice. And he took it to him. Like, I was very, very impressed that he stuck in there and he hung it out. Literally, to stay in the ring for 3 rounds and not get finished by somebody with as a caliber fighter as Keion is, it's impressive. It very is.
I thought it was a really good performance from both fighters. Probably wasn't that the fight of the night?
I don't know if that one or if it was Ben, but it could have been fight of the night.
Yeah, it was a show. I mean, almost as good as my fight, but my fight wasn't long enough.
Your fight was quick. It was the quickest 45 seconds of my life in an MMA fight. When you fought that guy, I don't think he was ready for what was about to come.
Well, not many people are. So, as we look at the news lately, some big news in the Mid-South MMA community. A couple of our fighters are getting a call up to the big show. We've got Jesse James Wallace and Chris O'Con, both veterans of the Attitude MMA cage, going to be in July on Dana White's Contender Series. What do you think about that? What do you think? How do you think they're going to do?
Well, I'll tell you right now, I've known Jesse James for a long, long time, and I believe that he's going to do really well. Jesse is a fighter that you would never expect to be anything. When you look at him, it's not threatening at all.
No, he doesn't look scary at all.
No, not at all. Chris O'Con, on the other hand, he fought Reggie, and I was very impressed at how calm he was. I was very impressed with how detailed he was and how well-rounded he was. He knew where Reggie was weak at, and he knew where he was weak at, and he knew how to capitalize on that. That fight could have gone either way, but at the end of the day, it goes to the cards, and somebody's got to have their hand raised. I would really like to see those guys fight again in the future. But Chris O'Con, when I watched him fight Reggie, it looked like he had not a worry in the world. Like he had been planning and preparing for this fight his whole life, and he knew what was going to happen.
I really think that his takedown defense was a real big difference in the fight.
Definitely.
He was able to stuff that low single that Reggie kept throwing at him.
He countered a lot of things that Reggie gave to him on the ground, but Reggie just kept pushing. He kept pushing. And Reggie got his second wind right in the later rounds, but it just wasn't enough.
There are some people in the building that thought Reggie won that fight.
I'm a very unbiased person when it comes to this. It could have gone either way, to be honest with you. I think that Reggie should have pushed it a little harder. If he would have done that, showed a little more pressure, I believe he would have won by the cards, but it didn't work out that way.
Well, I definitely had a 2-2 going into the last round.
I did too.
Razor thin. But those two gentlemen are going on to the UFC. Also tonight, Thomas Gibson, another local product, is going to be fighting in the UFC tonight. You know, the Mid-South is becoming a hotbed of MMA activity. There's a lot of fighters moving up.
Well, I agree with that. You know, I fought years ago, and when I was fighting, it wasn't as big. You had to move somewhere. But now, guys don't have to move. Guys can stay in this area. They can fight, and they can get it done and make it to the big time if they want.
There's a lot of high-level instruction right here in Memphis. That is for certain.
So that was one of the things when I was fighting. It was where do we want to be? We weren't sure. We weren't sure if we had to move to Chicago, we had to move to L.A., New York. We didn't know where we needed to go in order to make it to the big time, to be a successful fighter. As you know, Rampage is from the area. He ended up moving to get a name and get out there because at that time MMA it wasn't what it was supposed to be in this area like it was on the West Coast or in other bigger cities. So
MMA and really jiu-jitsu, MMA, all the martial arts have really grown in the Memphis area. Really, in the last 10 years, it's really grown up. And it's in thanks in part to shows like Attitude MMA. You know, our competitors, V3 and SFC, they're putting on high-level cards. They're bringing in good opponents. And people are fighting great fights. It is very, you know, you're very entertained when you come. Attitude themselves, in the short time that they've been around, have grown up from fighting in small clubs to this great venue right here at the Grindhouse at FedExForum under the big lights. This is, you know, bringing in a lot of really good talent who wants to fight. A lot of these kids that we talked about on this fight, and I'm sorry I'm old and I say kids, I don't necessarily mean it as a disparaging remark, but a lot of these guys have said they've always wanted to be fighters. They grew up watching the UFC, watching, you know, Royce Gracie and these different fighters come up, you know, from the late 90s on. And it's showing in the level of fights we have. I highly recommend if you're in the Memphis area and you can get here to FedExForum, come on down. You're going to see a great show tonight. We've got a stat card, amateur and pro. There are a lot of great young up-and-coming fighters. You know, like we said, Chris O'Con and Jesse James Wallace both going on to the Contender Series, both Attitude MMA veterans. This is, you know, you could see them before they were big. Right here, you know, locally in Memphis.
I mean, I can tell you this for a fact that when I started fighting in this area, we really didn't have weight classes. We didn't have fights set up. It was you showed up, and then it was like you fought this guy. You fought the guy that was closest to your weight. I think the majority of my fights were at least 15 pounds heavier than me.
Goodness. I've been lucky. I haven't had that. You know, I came in late to the game, you know, so I never ran into the Wild West, but I have heard stories from guys that I've trained with about how it was just, like you said, you walk in the door, well, you fight this guy and you fight that guy. But now, you know, MMA has grown up. It has grown up here in the Mid-South. We're on these high-level venues. We're putting on fantastic shows. So we're getting just about ready to get started. We're going to send it up to our ring announcer, Jamie Grant, the mouth of the Mid-South. I believe that's what we call him. And Jamie, you can take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the FedExForum. Our first bout this evening is sponsored by Cannon Chiropractic. After a long day of work, you deserve to unwind and recharge. However, back and neck pains can make it impossible to rest properly. Don't let aches and pains disrupt your life. go see Cannon Chiropractic. They're dedicated to providing relief from joint and back pain through chiropractic care services. They operate 2 locations in Munford and Lakeland. Cannon Chiropractic offers services to alleviate back pain without exposing your body to harmful drugs. Their services include chiropractic adjustments and spinal manipulation therapy and x-rays. Please contact them to learn more about what they offer. Cannon Chiropractic. Ladies and gentlemen, also Roof Pro is Memphis' family-owned and operated company with over 50 years of roofing experience. Whether it's a 1 million square foot commercial facility or your personal home, Roof Pro Memphis has you covered. From complete roofs to basic repair, visit them online at roofpromemphis.com to schedule your free roof inspection and estimate. You can also give Becky Coleman and her team a call at 901-465-5558. Make sure you tell them Jamie sent you. Ladies and gentlemen, bring to the arena, Mr. Hildred West!
All right, coming to the ring right now, we've got Hildred West. We're going to be fighting at the 170-pound division. Hildred West, he's 0-2. His last fight was against Brent Ruffin. Attitude MMA fight, wasn't it?
I watched that fight. Hildred, he showed a lot of heart, man. I know Brent Ruffin very well. I've known him for years. American Ninja Warrior veteran. He caught him with one nasty head kick. But here's the thing. Brent's veteran. I mean, he's been doing this a long time, and that was his first fight back in years.
And Brent set that kick up really, really well. He really did.
And Hildred just didn't see it. When we interviewed him in the back, I was kind of impressed. He said he thinks of himself as a cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the song.
I love it. I love it. He seems like he's a very artistic person.
A very mild-mannered guy.
Very open.
Real nice guy to talk to. Training out of the Hit Lab. He is from... Well, he's training at a Hit Lab. He's from Memphis, Tennessee. So, he's an all-around fighter. He says...
he's a freestyle fighter. He's well-rounded for his training. A lot of those guys from the Hit Lab are well-rounded freestyle fighters. Yeah, that's what they do.
He likes to model himself after Stylebender as the kind of fighter that he likes to...
Unorthodox.
Unorthodox, very fluid. He's looking to take what the fight brings to him. He's not looking to press any kind of agenda, so to speak. He's going to take what's given to him.
Ladies and gentlemen,
he's a Cobra Kai guy.
Mr. Josh Davis!
Next up is Josh Davis. We didn't get to interview him.
No, not a whole lot. Don't know a whole lot about Josh Davis. It should be interesting to see.
That I don't know anything about him. I'm kind of curious to see how he fights. But there's one thing I can say for everyone that's listening. Just because you've got a losing record doesn't mean anything as an amateur. It means you're learning. This is a learning curve for people. I've met guys that had a 500 record or they had a losing record. They go pro and they end up having a winning record. So you learn something.
But amateur records don't mean anything. Because once you turn pro, you're 0-0.
Exactly. I was always told once you go pro, you can't go back. So you better get all the whoopings you can while you're doing it like this.
We always say in the jiu-jitsu community, you either win or you learn, right?
That's right.
We learn from the losses. And Jordan looks to be in pretty good shape. Josh Davis looks to be in very good shape. Should be an interesting fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's Attitude MMA Fights 17 is sanctioned by the ISKA and the Tennessee Athletic Commission. Our judges for tonight's matches are James Surratt, Marc Beckwith, Matt Robinson. Timekeepers Grant Gibbs. Our doctor, Willin Jenkins. Our referee for round 1, match 1, will be Mr. Eric McMahon.
So Dana Holiday, the ring girl,
ladies
walks out of the ring.
If I could, before we get started this evening, Mr. Josh Davis recently lost his mother, and if we could please have a moment of silence. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Our Our first match this evening is an amateur contest scheduled for 3 rounds. 3 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first in the blue corner, a mixed martial artist with an amateur record of 0 wins, 3 losses, standing in a 6 foot 2 inches tall, weighing 180 pounds, all the way out of Memphis, Tennessee, representing the Hit Lab. Put your hands together for Mr. Hildred Wallace! Ladies and gentlemen, the red corner, a mixed martial artist with an amateur record of 0 wins, 2 losses, standing at 6 feet, 1 inches tall, weighing 180 pounds, fighting out of Boonville, Mississippi, representing RGB Fitness. Put your hands together for Josh Davis! Third man in the ring this evening, Mr. Eric McMahon.
And Josh Davis fighting with a heavy heart tonight. I tell you, I don't know if I could get in the cage after losing my mom, but hats off to him for this courage.
Somebody with that kind of character, it says a lot about them. They really want to try this. They want to push forward. I don't know if he has a record. I don't know if this is his debut. Fighters filling each other out.
Little touches right now.
There is a significant reach advantage.
Shoots in on the double, kind of stuffed it a little bit. It looks like he's reaching for an underhook.
He needs to bring that elbow up on that guillotine. He needs to drive forward. See, his head is too low. Let's put the head on top of the back. There
He's got it now. He's got him now. That's in deep. He needs to get that leg over the top to keep him from spinning out.
And he's out.
He's gone. He's out cold. But you got to give it to the guy just for getting in there. I mean, I can't even imagine, what he's going through right now.
Yeah, there's 2 ways that this goes. You're mixed with emotions and you can't think straight, or you're very focused and you can think straight. I can tell you personally, when you get choked unconscious, your body just kind of goes numb. And then you just wake up like, hey, what happened?
What happened?
Well,
I always get a buzzing in my ear.
Right, yeah. So it looks like Josh, he's just not in it. I mean, at least he didn't call the fight off.
Yeah, I mean, much respect for Josh, just for stepping in the cage tonight. I mean, gosh, I can't even imagine
Ladies
what
and
that must
gentlemen,
be like.
Referee Eric McMahon sounds about a 51 seconds in the first round with a technical submission. Guillotine submission, Mr. Hildred, the Wild West!
First win for Hildred Wild West. He proves his record to 1-2.
There's only one way to go from here, and that's up.
That's right. He's moving his way up. He wants to be. He says he wants to go pro one day. He's learning now on the biggest stage. As he gets with our ring girls, Amberly and Dana. So next fight we got coming up is a 170-pound matchup between Corbit Wallace and Danny Barlow. We spoke to both of these fighters earlier in the day. It's Danny Barlow's debut fight. He's he's out of the law school. Fights with for Brian Hall.
What's Corbett's record?
Corbett is 0-4 at Corinth, Mississippi.
I've watched Corbett fight before. He's got a lot of heart, and he's learning every single fight.
Yeah, he's with Paragon out of Corinth, Mississippi. He's kickboxing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to put your hands together one more time for Mr. Josh Davis.
Much respect for Josh Davis just for stepping in the cage tonight.
Yeah, guys, it's not easy, but sometimes if you think about the other fighter, these guys are cutting weight. They're getting ready for fights. So
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout this evening is brought to you by D's Floors and Coating. D's provides dependable, affordable, and professional floor coatings. Their service is available everywhere between Memphis and Nashville, covering all of Western Tennessee. What started as a one-man business has turned into one of the top names in the Mid-South. DScoatings.com, or you can reach them at 901-786-4477 to receive your estimate. Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is also brought to you by Brad's Barbecue. For over 45 years, Brad and his family have been slow cooking pork in the Memphis area. Brad's Barbecue started as a backyard favorite for friends and family and quickly turned into a tradition for many. With multiple locations, Bartlett, Oakland, and Moscow, Great Barbecue is only a few minutes away. Make sure you go see Brad's today. Ladies and gentlemen, bring to the arena, Mr. Corbit Wallace!
Okay, guys, so we got Corbit Wallace next. Like I said, I've watched this guy fight before. He's tough. He really brings a lot to the table. I'm excited to see if he's going to get a W or not, you know, because that first win is a really big thing.
It's like the weight of the world comes off your shoulders.
It sure is. You know, I didn't have that experience as an MMA fighter, but as a jiu-jitsu competitor, I did have trouble winning and getting a medal in the IBJJF circuit. And once I got a medal, I was like, it was like a relief because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know I was doing wrong.
Once you walk out of that first round club, it's like the weight of the world comes off your shoulders.
And look, it's a whole nother ball game. But just remember, walking in this cage and getting that cage door locked behind you is a really big thing. Like, that's super important. You got to understand, you're a man, woman, however you want to put it. You've got heart walking in that cage and letting it be closed behind you.
Well, we talked to Corbett before the fight. He's a really pleasant, nice young man. Says he's a kickboxing, Brazilian jiu-jitsu style of fighter. He's looking to put his opponent on the cage. Likes the triangle from the guard. In the jiu-jitsu as a favorite submission. He's inspired to get in that cage by his dad. His dad, he used to watch fight, and you know, that's what drives him to get in there and fight. And anybody who's got the guts to step in that cage, you got to have respect for him, regardless of record.
I agree. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a 500 fighter. I don't care if you have a losing record, winning record. You're a fighter. I respect you in any sense.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the arena, Mr. Danny Barlow Jr.
Now, Danny, I talked to Brian Hall. I talked to his trainers. They said he's got some hands on him. He's a debut fighter for MMA, but that doesn't mean that he hadn't had some fights. You know, I mean,
if you're training at law school, you're fighting.
Yeah, you're definitely fighting. You're sparring, fighting. You're getting some hands thrown at you. So I'm curious to see this guy.
Yeah, I would like to see how he does tonight. He's a really nice young man. You know, he wants to stand tonight. He wants to work his hands and you know, push the pressure. And he wants to, you know, take the fight where it goes. He wants to see what his opponent's going to give him. Now, he's from Westwood High School right here in Memphis.
Westwood. I'll tell you this, guys. There's something I'll tell you about MMA. You can be a stand-up fighter, you can be a ground guy, but if you apply your game and you really believe in it, you will make it happen. You will make it happen. I've seen some of the. I mean, I've fought some really good stand-up guys. Let me tell you something. I didn't want to get hit, so I made sure I didn't get hit.
Well, you know what I always say. If I'm on the feet for more than 30 seconds, I messed up. So Danny, he says his family inspires him to get in that cage and fight. You know, every day is fighting for him. He's just not, you know, he's fighting more than just in the cage. Life's a fight. You know.
Didn't we talk to Corbett? He said, how many kids does he have?
He's got 4 kids.
4 girls.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is an amateur bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first in the blue corner, a kickboxer with a specialty in jiu-jitsu, with an amateur record of 0 wins, 4 losses, standing at 5 foot 10 inches tall, weighing 170.9 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, from Corinth, Mississippi, representing Paragon MMA, put your hands together for Mr. Corbit Wallace! Ladies and gentlemen, the red corner, a mixed martial artist making his Attitude MMA debut. Standing at 6 feet 1 inches tall, weighing 169.3 pounds. Fighting out of Westwood, Memphis, Tennessee, representing the police brutality of law school MMA. Put your hands together. Make some noise for Mr. Danny Barlow Jr. Our third man in charge of the action this evening, Mr. Eric McMahon. Let's get it on.
All right, here we go. Danny Barlow says his favorite fighters are Mike Tyson and Anderson Silva. That is a combination. This is going to be an interesting fight. I'd love to see how the newcomer does. Here we go.
Fighters touch glove. I always like when they touch gloves.
Good, nice jab start off. Oh, nice right hand, right up the middle. Again with the hook. Another hook.
Now, it may be Danny's debut.
I think he caught him there. He's hurt. Oh, he's hurt.
Heavy hands by
heavy
Danny.
hands. Danny is solid. He's got the hands. Let's see if he can work that because he's...
Corbit recovering. Danny with that cross face. He needs to bring it across the face and push his head the other direction.
I think Eric's going to stop in here and stop this fight.
And the fight is over in the first round due to strikes on the ground.
Whoa, look at that flip right there. I tell you.
What a flip.
Athletic young man right there. Danny Barlow with the first round TKO. The fight stopped by Eric McMahon.
I tell you what, he tagged him there, and that hurt him. That initial punch on the feet really hurt him.
Yeah.
Danny tagged him, and it looks like his cover-up was not helping him at all.
Not at all. And Danny's surrounded by his coaches, A.O., Lorenzo Nathan, and Brian Hall. Lorenzo Nathan, you may remember, was the middleweight champion, Attitude MMA middleweight amateur champion before he turned pro. Super nice guy.
I've trained with Lorenzo for a long time. I've trained with all those guys for a long time.
We both have. You know, you give it up to Corbit Wallace. He's going to keep trying. You know, like I said, he's got 4 kids at home. You know, so at least he'll have their, daddy never does wrong.
I don't think Corbit expected that punch to hit him as hard as it did.
He was definitely surprised by the power of Danny Barlow. So we got coming up
Ladies
next.
and gentlemen, bout number 2 ends in 39 seconds in the first round, winner by TKO. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Danny Barlow Jr.
So Danny Barlow Jr. with his debut win, he is now 1-0 for his Attitude MMA debut. Got ready to come up. We've got Dowell, another Memphis judo and jiu-jitsu fighter, coming against Martrellee Huff. Not a whole lot of information on Martrellee Huff. He fought for Attitude MMA back in March. I believe he did a kickboxing match back in March. And Dowell, you and I both know Keith pretty well from our days in Memphis, BJJ. Such a really good kid, the kill switch.
Yeah, I really like him. He would always try to pick my brain after every training session, trying to figure out, what he needs to do, when he should start his fight. He's a sponge. He's definitely a sponge.
Always in the gym. I remember him coming in early to train. Coming in late to train MMA, early to train jiu-jitsu with the guys at Memphis BJJ. His ground game is pretty solid, but he's been working on his hands. I know that Coach Zach Underwood and Andy Urich have been training their guys really, really hard over there at Memphis BJJ.
And they put it in on them. They put some work in on them. They make them work.
I'm not sure where Martrellee Huff is out of. And actually, last month, he got a fight in the last, I know it was a kickboxing fight pretty much at the last minute. I'm not sure what the result was on that. Do you remember who won that kickboxing fight last time out? I was a little busy.
I think there was only one kickboxing match last time.
Yeah, it was Martrellee Huff was in it.
Was it that weight?
I don't know.
I don't think it was that weight.
So, Zach, going back to our middleweight fight, the pro debut of Keion Afriki. I just like saying that because I'm going to get it right eventually.
I don't know much about his opponent, but I'm going to tell you right now, Keion is he's getting well-rounded. He's getting there, and he's got a lot to prove, and he's done a lot already. He's very in tune with his body, and he is very serious about this training.
So he's a cerebral type of fighter, too. He's very smart. He likes to think about what, and not so much that he overthinks, but he's got a plan when he walks in there. He's not just fly by the seat of his pants. He knows what he's looking to do. I'm just curious to see the fact that he has a little animosity towards his opponent, if that might affect him a little bit.
I'm hoping that it doesn't. I hope he stays on the beaten path, and I hope he stays focused. You know, emotions can cause problems when it comes to a fight. It's more bad than good, in my opinion. Got to stay focused, calm, and collective.
So we were sitting down and we were talking to Keith Dowell as he's getting ready, waiting for him to come out. He said that if he could fight any fighter, living or dead, he would want to fight Royce Gracie. I tell you, that's a tall order. A young Royce Gracie would be tough to do.
The Gracie style is very fluid, very calm and collective.
You know, actually, and the funny thing is, just talking to a lot of the fighters in the back, a lot of guys said Royce Gracie, which surprises me because, you know, Royce was he was the man when UFC 1 took off. And it just shocks me that, you know, but I guess, you know, if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man, right?
Well, here's the thing. When Royce was doing this, and our referee, Eric McMahon, up here.
Eric just likes to eat. That's what it comes down to.
Eat some of those.
Eric's a new daddy, so, you know, he's got to eat when he can. That's right.
Congratulations to Eric.
He's a new father. You know, one of the nicest guys you're going to want to meet in this business. Eric McMahon's just a great guy. Purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Toughest referee you're going to see.
Eric just went up and grabbed a 3 Mile Island wing from Hooters and just ate it like it was nothing. I'd be sweating bullets right now.
That's why I'm staying away from the wings. I can't eat that. I can't eat it if it's hot. So what do you think about everybody wanting to fight Royce Gracie? Is it just...
I don't know what it is because, you know, the reason why Royce is so dangerous is he was so calm. He was collective and calm, and he would weather the storm.
Well, it was, you know, he set the blueprint. Nobody had seen Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the early 90s, and it upset a lot of people who realized, you know, as Joe Rogan said, what have I been doing with my life? You know...
Yeah, all your kung fu, your taekwondo, your karate, all your, you know, every martial art that was known at that point in time before the UFC was dominant. That was it. And then, you know, it's kind of like with the traditional American kickboxing going into Muay Thai, you thought that the American kickboxing was it, and then you go against a Thai fighter, and it was a completely different story.
And then the Dutch guys changed the game up with kickboxing as well.
Exactly. They changed. They added their own spice to the Thai style. But then on top of that, when you brought jiu-jitsu to the game, it was totally different because I'm a wrestler by heart. I started wrestling when I was 9, 10 years old, and I'm telling you right now, wrestlers have a very strong mindset. They're very, very strong mentally. So we don't want to give up on that. We don't want to give up a position thinking that we're dominant. Pressure. And with jiu-jitsu, it just catches you off guard. Boom.
Well, wrestlers are the craziest people I've ever met, and I mean that in the best way possible. Wrestlers are the toughest fighters you'll ever run across. If you can get through wrestling practice, you know you've done something. But now, Zach, what do you think about now where a lot of fighters now don't necessarily have a base martial art? Their martial art is mixed martial arts, where they're not a jiu-jitsu guy, they're not a Thai guy, they're not a boxer, they're not a wrestler. They're a mixed martial artist, which is becoming a martial art of its own.
To be honest with you, I feel like you need to be disciplined in something. You can be well-rounded, but you need to be disciplined in something.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout this evening is brought to you by 1776 Men's Grooming Parlor. Located at 563 West Poplar Avenue in Collierville and 1016 South Yates Road in Memphis, they're your one-stop shop for all your men's grooming needs. Get your dapper do done by the ladies that do my hair and get the best razor service in Memphis. Hot towels, cold beer, and bombshell divas await. Find them on Facebook at 1776 Men Grooming and follow the location closest to you. Also, we'd like to thank our sponsor, King's Martial Arts Supply. They're your online source for all your martial arts gear. Visit KMAworld.com and check out the variety of uniforms, gloves, and protective gear. Need more than MMA gear? King's Martial Arts Supply also offers a full range of football, baseball, basketball, and other team jerseys for all your needs. Stop by their table and find out what they can do for you. Ladies and gentlemen, bring to the arena Mr. Keith Dowell.
So the kill switch, Keith Dowell makes his way to the cage, coming out to Invincible. Told me he picked this song because, well, he just felt like he was invincible, and that this song would fit that. He's coming out. He's coming out there with Coach Andy Urich and Amari Boyd. You know, if you're working with Amari Boyd, your kickboxing is going to be spot on.
I have trained with Andy Urich and Amari for a long time, and I'll tell you this, Andy is a veteran. He's fought guys, big name guys. He fought Paul Daly before. So Andy has been in the cage with some pretty talented guys. So he knows what to give to his fighters. He knows how to coach them correctly. He also trains with Zach Underwood, a good friend of mine. Zach Underwood's got a lot of experience in the cage as well. And
Zach had fought on Bellator, another guy that fought at very high level coaching the kids over at Memphis BJJ.
Ladies and gentlemen, bring to the arena Mr. Martrellee.
Did we get any information on Martrellee?
Not yet. I do, like I said, I remember that he did have a kickboxing fight last time around here at. I know he was tapped to be a backup in my fight at 205.
I think I watched this guy fight last time.
He's a big, strong man. He likes to throw the hands. So it should be interesting to see how this goes. I know that Keith, is really good on the ground. I have rolled with him several times. He's really good on the ground. He's got good hands. He's been working really hard on getting his game together.
I know this guy, Huff, he swings for the fences, man. He's a very powerful, very strong guy. Very powerful.
So Keith is an x-ray tech when he's not training.
Really?
Yeah, he's an x-ray tech. Told me he works real hard. He's at, I believe he works at Baptist Medical Group. He's good, smart young man. Our ring girl Amberly comes
Introducing first, an amateur contest scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing first in the blue corner, a wrestler with an amateur record of 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win by knockout. Standing at 5 foot 11 inches tall, weighing 194.4 pounds. Fighting out of Memphis, Tennessee, and representing Memphis Judo Jiu-Jitsu. Put your hands together for Keith Kill Switch Dowell!
Looks like Keith is pretty pumped for this fight.
It looks good, too. He's
Seems like we've got some difficulties.
Are we having a problem with
fingernails? Fingernails are getting clipped.
Well, at least they're using clippers. You always hear Joe Rogan just rant when they bite the nails off. and he's got a point. It's dangerous to have, God forbid you get a finger in the eye and you've got those rough fingernails that can really cause some damage.
I've seen some pretty bad eye injuries myself.
So our referee in the cage tonight is Jason Aldridge. He is the author of the slap heard around the world.
I tell you what, man, that video, I loved it.
It definitely has made its way around. It even made it onto Dana White's Instagram.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the red corner, a mixed martial artist with an amateur record of 0 wins and 1 loss. Standing in at 6 feet even, weighing 195.7 pounds. An independent fighter, fighting out of Jonesboro, Arkansas. Make some noise for Martrellee Huff! Our third man in charge of the action this evening, Mr. Jason Aldridge. Let's get it on!
Jason's going to have to change his nickname from the Cage Man to the Slap Man. As we get visited by a bunch of our teammates and former teammates. Say hello. Pride.
So here's the fight starting. Keith going for the takedown.
Nice sprawl, but he's getting good angle on the cage. He's pressing a nice takedown. Finishes it
He's
off.
sweeping that leg out from underneath him. Good takedown.
He's working that body really, really well. So what does he need to do here, Zach, to pass? Or is he even looking to pass at this point?
Personally, I love half guard in MMA. It's a good lockdown point for the man on top.
Oh, I think you got a finger in the eye there.
We had a malfunction on a glove.
Probably a good thing for Martrellee Huff at this point because he was eating some shots there.
He was in trouble.
So from the half guard, you like to stay in the half guard?
Randy Couture said it best. He said half guard's a great position for top in the MMA fight because you lock down one leg and you can get a distance to punch without worrying about getting caught in their guard. You know, you don't have to worry about the arm bar, you don't have to worry about the triangle. There's a lot of things that you can avoid from that position. But you have to have it locked down properly. So
a lot of sweeps from the half guard. So
there is. As long as you keep their head away, then you're good. You don't let their head get underneath you. Don't let them sink that in.
Head kick lands.
Nice head kick by
to the takedown. I think Martrellee Huff grabbed him just to get him to the ground. Don't know if that was
Keith
a wise
in mount
choice.
position. He's got to control that mount. See, this is what training needs to be done right here. His face is exposed. He's trying to reach back. You never want to reach back. Okay,
you reach up?
Yeah, if you reach up, you expose your face.
You expose your face, but what? I mean, is he in danger of an armbar reaching up like that?
He's in danger of an armbar.
There it is. There's the choke.
There's
rear naked
TK.
choke.
Was that a choke?
I think he had a rear naked on it.
I'm not sure
from
if it was
our
a
angle.
TKO.
Great fight by Keith Dowell. He just really, really looks solid today. Good, good takedowns, good ground and pound. Really, really put together a good effort in the first round for Keith Dowell.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 1 minute 6 seconds in round one, winner by rear naked choke out of the blue corner, Keith Kill Switch Dowell!
Congratulations to Heath Kill Switch.
Well, the Kill Switch definitely killed it tonight.
Keith did a great job.
As he said, he was going to shut crap down. That's why he's the Kill Switch. That's what he told us earlier. He was looking to finish it quick.
I said, is that your call sign on Xbox?
The call sign on Xbox.
Yeah, his headphones he was listening to his music through are actually a video game headphone that he
I was wondering why he had a microphone. I thought maybe he was a trucker on the side.
Yeah. No, he plays himself some video games.
So we've got coming up next Miles Brown versus Cameron Phillips. We got an opportunity to speak to both of these young men. It's a 145 division fight. Miles is known as the Phantom, and he's out of the Hit Lab. Coach Kingston, what can you tell us about the Hit Lab? What do you know about him, Zach?
Miles Brown, me and Miles Brown go way back. He's actually taken a little bit of training from my uncle, who is a former professional boxer and kickboxer and a champion in both. He fought back in the late 70s, early 80s. Miles has been fighting for a long time.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout this evening is brought to you by Integrated Communication. Integrated Communication has over 50 years experience in the wireless industry. Since 1995, Integrated Communication has been the authorized Motorola premier service partner and is an authorized service and sales agent for companies like Motorola. For technical skills and practical application of the latest technology, Integrated is here to solve all your communication needs. From two-ways radios to special applications, they are here to help. Visit them online at ICIwireless.com or give them a call at 901-366-4412.
So, Miles
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the arena, Mr. Miles Brown!
Miles Brown makes his way to the ring. Miles been around 33 fights he's had, 17-12-4. He's been around the MMA game for a long, long time. Like I said, if you were fighting when Zach Lee was fighting, you have been around for a minute, wouldn't you say?
Man, my last fight was 2009, 2010, can't remember exactly. And we used to fight at the Daisy, no weight class, basically.
Yeah, back in the Wild Wild West days.
Pretty much.
Miles in the preparation circle, getting set to come into the cage.
Now, it ain't to say that Miles ain't, he got fights. He got a lot of fights.
Oh, he got fights. That he does.
17
around
and
the block. 17-12-4. Likes to throw knees to the body. Tennessee amateurs, of course, you're not allowed to knee to the head or elbow to the head, but you can throw knees to the body. He says he likes to throw the knees to the body. He's a Thai-based fighter. He likes the Dutch style of kickboxing.
To find somebody that's an amateur with that many fights is impressive.
Says he calls himself the Phantom because his mom gave him that nickname. She got it from watching
Ladies
the
and
Phantom
gentlemen,
movie.
bring to the arena, Cameron Phillips!
Now, we got to interview Cameron Phillips.
Yeah, Cameron Phillips, I talked to him about his weight cut. He said he had a really good cut, didn't have any problems with it. He's 2-1. His last fight was a win in V3. He says his nickname is Zane McLove.
That's an interesting nickname.
You got to like a guy that calls himself Zane McLove. He's a striker. He's looking to stay relaxed, take what the fight comes to him. He's another law school guy, so you know he's for real. He's 2-1. He's coached by Brian Hall and AO. So, one thing about guys coming out of the law school, they're going to be prepared. That's for certain. Brian Hall has been around for a while. He's fought at some of the highest levels. He knows what it takes to get a fighter ready. So, we should be looking at a really good fight. Cameron's a very intelligent young man. We had a really nice conversation. He says if he goes to the ground, he likes the Kimura, but he's really looking to stay on his feet.
I'm kind of interested to see this fight play out. You got a veteran fighter that likes to stand up.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is an amateur bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing first in the blue corner, a Muay Thai fighter with an amateur record of 17 wins, 12 losses, 4 draws. Standing in at 5'7" tall, weight 143 pounds. Fighting out of Memphis, Tennessee, and representing Hit Lab MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Miles the Phantom Brown!
Miles the Phantom Brown at a north side.
Ladies and gentlemen, the red corner, a striker with an amateur record of 2 wins, 1 losses. Standing in at 5'8" tall, weight 155 pounds. Fighting out of Cordova, Tennessee, representing the police brutality of law school MMA. Put your hands together, make some noise for Cameron Zane McLove Phillips! Third man
That is a name.
Mr. Jason Aldridge. Gentlemen, let's get it on.
Here we go. I think this is going to be a really good fight.
Now, Cameron fighting for law school. Now I'm even more excited.
This is going to be a good fight. You got the cagey veteran against the younger fighter. This should be a pretty good fight. Miles is 31, and Cameron Phillips is 20 years old. Oh, 19. I'm sorry, he's 19 years old. Ooh, solid kick there from Cameron Phillips.
Miles egging it on, telling him it doesn't faze him. Cameron pressuring him against the cage.
Looking for underhooks right now.
Now, I will say something about Miles. He's very mild-mannered when it comes to this. He's calm. He doesn't get overzealous when he's fighting. It's been a while since I've seen him fight.
But Cameron was very, very relaxed and laid back in the back. You couldn't even tell he was ready to fight. He was so calm. Lead up against the cage. Cameron looking for underhooks, throws the hook. Nice hook there.
Cameron needs to go for that takedown right now. He needs to bump the back knee and bring Miles to the back. Miles needs to turn, and he needs to work for an underhook.
Yeah, keeps working the head.
He's in a bad spot right now.
You know, when you're making somebody carry your weight like that, it's really going to affect you later on in the rounds. A really good job by Cameron putting that pressure on the cage.
Miles needs to get his head to the other side to protect his head.
Just keeping that pressure on.
There he goes, putting his head to the other side.
Nice knee. Again, looking for the trip here.
Cameron pressuring Miles against the cage. See, it seems Cameron's taking his time. He's relaxed. He's making his moves, calculated.
Excited. Just putting that pressure on. So what does Miles need to do to get out?
He needs to dig the underhooks, and he needs to pummel in, and he needs to reverse Cameron against the cage, or he needs to circle out.
Oh. Very nice exchange from both fighters right there.
There goes Miles for the takedown.
Up, right back
Cameron
up.
right back up. See, and Cameron runs to the cage to use it to his advantage. That's good.
Circles him out. Nice reversal there with an underhook. Keeping that pressure under the chin. Again, making him carry that weight. That's very, very crucial for later in the fight.
I think Cameron wants to stand.
Cameron said he wanted to keep the fight on the feet. He's not a really big ground guy. He feels like his striking, his stand-up is going to be strong enough. Nice single here. 10 seconds to go in the round.
Miles trying to go for a guillotine attempt.
We're going to the first. We're going into the second round. Our first
Ladies
fight.
and gentlemen, make some noise for your Attitude MMA ringer.
So our first fight that makes it out of the first round. Zach, what are your thoughts on the fight so far?
I have Cameron for the first round, but you know, Miles is he's a tricky fighter. You know, he can come in there and he can turn it on and make a calculated decision. But Cameron, on the other hand, he's taking his time. He's picking them apart. He's seeing where he's good at, where he's bad at, where his weakness is. I like it.
Miles has been there before, that's for certain. He's definitely, come off the stool into the second round before. Cameron Phillips' last fight, he won by TKO in the first round. Maybe not as experienced later in the later rounds. We'll see if Zane McLove can get something going here in this, finish, keep the pressure on like he was doing in the first round.
Seconds out, please. Seconds out.
Should be issuing you, Brian Hall. What are you telling Cameron coming out of this first round?
Ladies and gentlemen, round number 2.
So you're Brian Hall. What are you telling Cameron when you come out of the second round?
I'm telling Cameron to stick and move, dig the underhooks in against the cage, but work your jab, work that uppercut. Miles leaving that left hand down, open for a leg kick, or overhand right, one or the other.
I notice Miles is switching stances a lot.
Yeah, Miles is on.
Oh, he got caught there. He's in trouble, looking for the takedown. Take it right down to side control.
Cameron reverses the charge from Miles Brown. And Miles Brown has tapped out.
I think he's hurt. I think he might have hurt his arm or his shoulder when he hit the mat there. He's definitely in some pain right now. He may have separated his shoulder when he hit the ground. Because they did come down at an awkward angle, Zach.
I mean, it was a reverse slam. I mean, Miles came in for the takedown, and Cameron turned it over and slammed him straight on his back.
Well, we're all hoping that Miles is not too severely injured here, that it's just, shock, and it's nothing really major or serious. He looks to be hurting really bad. Maybe it's his leg because he's limping. Or he's definitely in some pain right there. A good solid win for Cameron Phillips. You know, the law school is doing well today so far.
Yes, they are. They're doing very well.
Just a solid school out there. At,
Ladies and gentlemen, in
UFC
35 seconds of the second round, we have a
Germantown.
verbal submission winner. In the red corner, Police Brutality Law School MMA, Mr. Cameron Zane McLaughlin.
You really can't say enough about the coaching staff there at Law School MMA. I mean, you've got a lot of solid veterans out there coaching up.
Ladies
really
and gentlemen,
good
this will be our first of 2 intermissions, 15 minutes on the clock. Feel free to refill your cup, refill your glass, get something to eat, stop by any one of our vendors' tables, get some information about the great things going on in the Attitude MMA world. 15-minute intermission. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not following Gemini MMA on social media, you should be doing so. All these great photos brought to you by none other than Miss Daisy.
18. You ready? All right, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is TJ Konak and my broadcast partner, Zach Lee. We're getting ready for the next fight of the evening. We've got a 145-pound weight class. Kobra, he just likes to be called Kobra, and Marc Johnson coming up. Kobra fighting at a Paragon MMA at Corinth, Mississippi. And then you've got Marc Johnson. He's a Memphis product. Southwind High School. Says he wants to KO and end it early. Marc Johnson does.
Who doesn't want to KO and end it early?
I feel you, you know, but that's what his game plan is. He wants to KO and end it early. Kobra, you know, he's at a Paragon MMA with Jonathan Verdine and Perry Williams are his coaches. He's a striker. He, you know, he likes the arm triangle. He's 2-0. He won a decision win over Dustin Vanover in his last fight. He says he wants to break him with constant pressure. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Both of these young men are fathers, so we'll see. You know, they should be mature. Both of them seem very solid in the interviews. Seem calm, cool,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the
here we go.
Attitude MMA ringer.
I know he didn't want me to say it, but Cobra Kai! All right, that's the only time I'm going to say that.
I'm sorry. I told Cobra only. But.
Okay, we'll call him Cobra. So the last...
extra hard to find the most beautiful ladies in the Mid-South to throw T-shirts just to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want an Attitude MMA shirt, make a little bit of noise! All right, now hang on, wait a minute. That side got rowdy fast. How about this side over here? Y'all want a T-shirt? Throw it over there, Dana! That was the quickest 4 minutes ever, Mike.
Joe, we've got a slate of 3
That's
pro
what she
fights.
said.
Yeah, that's usually what happens to you, right, Zach? So we've got a slate of 3 pro fights coming up. We've got Jordan Fowler versus
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all my officials
Abdul
stateside,
Afriki.
please. All my officials
I
stateside.
probably got it messed
2
up
minutes.
again. I apologize. Adam Denton versus Charlie Alexander. And our main event, Mosley versus Reggie Adams. So we've got 3 pro fights still to come, a couple more amateur fights on the docket for you. So Zach, this fight coming up, Kobra and Marc Johnson. What are you looking at? What will you be looking for in this fight?
2
what do
minutes,
you
ladies
think's
and
gonna
gentlemen,
happen
2 minutes.
I don't know anything about Marc Johnson for the most part. I know Cobra trains with Jay Bird down at Corinth, Mississippi at Paragon. Marc trains with...
He trains out of, gosh darn it. He's a wrestler, though. He did wrestle out of Southwood High School.
1 minute, ladies and gentlemen.
so he is a wrestler.
60 seconds. 60
He is a wrestler.
seconds.
I said he fought Cameron Hall back in 2018. He's had a long layoff. I don't think it's going to affect him. He seems really calm in the back. Actually, he's a Chilcutt MMA product.
Is he?
Yes, he is. He does train at Chilcutt's MMA. Matter of fact, he was getting wrapped up by Alan Weems in the back. Alan Weems, of course, you know, is a veteran of the local fight scene. And I can personally attest to the fact that Alan Weems hits hard.
I train with Alan. Alan he's a good guy. He works hard, and he never gives up. And that's all I can really ask for somebody when we're working and we're rolling on the mat.
Does not give the best hand wraps, though.
No,
I can attest to that.
Not everybody's meant for that.
Kobra is out of Paragon and at Corinth, Mississippi, as I said. Jonathan Burdine, another one of those coaches has been around the scene for a long time.
Cage, please.
So we know he's going to be well trained. He, he's 2-0. Likes the arm triangle. As he said, he won over Dustin Vanover by decision in his last fight, looking to pressure Marc Johnson.
Speaking of arm
triangle. Ladies and gentlemen, bring to the arena, Kobra!
And Kobra's to the stage. Or cage, sorry.
Yeah, Kobra's out of Nashville. He's got 2 kids, 2 young ladies, 18 and 10 years old.
18?
Yeah, 18.
How old is Kobra?
Did not ask him that question.
Wow. He either started young or he's got some age on him and he looks real great for that age.
Well, he looks good. He came out here, I asked him, I said, why do you want to fight? He says he fights to glorify God, which is so nice to hear from a young man. He feels like it's his gifts to come out here and glorify God through his fighting. Now, Marc Johnson, again, he does train at Chilcutt's MMA. He's going to be cornered by Alan Weems and Din Bates. It's glad to see Din back.
I like Din. Din's got. I've refed him in some jiu-jitsu matches. I really, really like Din. He's open-minded. He always has a smile on his face. He loves to fight.
He's a really nice
Loves
guy.
to fight. Absolutely loves to fight. I mean, he has a smile on his face every time.
Every time you see him. He's never got a crossword for anybody. Glad to see that he's healthy, getting back into the game.
Yeah, he had a little run-in with some trouble. He had I think it was, a brain surgery? An aneurysm or something of that sort?
I believe it was something like that. He did have some health issues. Glad to see him healthy.
It was apparently a low percentage of recovery, and then he snapped back and got back 100%, man. He's made a complete turnaround, and I'm so glad to see him back.
It goes to show the mettle that young man has. He's so dedicated to his art. Great kicker. Really, really strong.
I saw him do a head kick and just leveled him.
Fortunately, it wasn't me. He's just a strong grappler as well. So we got Kobra making his way into the cage from the training spot. Just a real classy guy. Had a really nice talk with him earlier this afternoon. Looking forward to watching him fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, bring to the arena, Mr. Marc Johnson!
Marc Johnson, he likes to perform, says when he comes out into the cage. It's like being on stage, and he likes to perform. It should be interesting to see what kind of action he brings to it. I know if he's working with Din, he's going to have some fireworks. He's going to have some unconventional moves.
Yeah, Din is definitely unorthodox. I can tell you that from personal experience. He tries some funky stuff, and he really does. He goes for broke and does it, and he smiles about it.
Yeah, he does. He most certainly does.
And if he messes up, he still smiles about it.
Again, I think we're going to see some really great
Ladies
action.
and gentlemen, our next bout is brought to you by Rocksteady Boxing. Indie-based, one-of-a-kind gym founded in 2006 to provide a unique and effective form of exercise for people living with Parkinson's disease. Make sure you check them out on Facebook at Rocksteady Boxing Memphis to find out what they can do for you. Also, we'd like to welcome Keion Chiropractic for becoming a sponsor with us. They offer a variety of chiropractic care and services to alleviate back pain without exposing your body to all the harmful drugs. Their services include chiropractic adjustments and spinal manipulation, therapy, and x-rays. Contact them at KeionChiropractic.com or find them on Facebook. Ladies and gentlemen, our next battle is an amateur contest scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing first, in the blue corner, a mixed martial artist with an amateur record of 2 wins, 0 losses, 1 win by submission, standing at 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 145.4 pounds, fighting out of Savannah, Tennessee, representing Paragon MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Kobra! Ladies and gentlemen, the red corner, also a mixed martial artist with an amateur record of 1 win, 3 losses, standing in at 6 foot even, weighing 137.5 pounds, fighting out of Memphis, Tennessee, representing Team Mid-South. Put your hands together for Mr. Marc Johnson! Ladies and gentlemen, our third man in charge of the action, Mr. Eric McMahon. Gentlemen, let's get it on!
Once again, Eric McMahon, the referee in the cage.
New daddy.
New daddy, that's right. Congratulations to Eric and Jamie on the birth of their young son, wasn't it?
I believe it's a daughter.
No,
is it a son?
Yeah.
Okay. You can't ask me that. Sometimes I don't pay attention to those things. I'm not on Facebook, so. Oh! What a hit by Marc Johnson.
Just solid shot.
Wow. I want to see that on replay.
Kobra is just stiff.
Man, he caught him clean on the chin. Whoa. Wow, and that's how fast it can happen, folks.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Oof. I just hope he's not seriously injured.
He's
smiling. He's going to be all right.
I've never been knocked out per se myself, but I've talked to guys that have been knocked out, and they say it's like they don't even know what happened. They're like, is the fight over, or are we starting?
Well, I tell you what, Marc Johnson got some heavy hands.
In 18 seconds in the first round, winner by knockout, the red corner, Mr. Marc Johnson!
The heavy hands of Marc Johnson finishes the fight early.
What a great hit.
Man,
that was quick. I'm glad I didn't miss that.
Perfect placement. So our next bout is going to be in the 135-pound division. It's Jake Heylin and Keion Lucas. Keion Lucas, I believe, is out of the hit lab. He's been coaching a lot of our other fighters tonight. Jake Heylin is out of Paragon as well, out of Boonsville, Mississippi. He's 3-0. His last win was over Darius King, a first-round TKO. He's coached by Jay Bird, Jonathan Burdine, and Harry Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match this evening is sponsored by D's Floors and Coating. Provides dependable, affordable, and professional floor care. What started as a one-man business has turned into the staple of the Mid-South. DsCoatings.com. Give them a call for your free estimate at 901-786-4477. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd also like to thank King's Martial Arts Supply. Their online source for all your martial arts gear. Visit www.kmaworld.com to find a wide variety of uniforms, gloves, and other protective gear. Need more than MMA gear? King's Martial Arts Supply also offers a full range of football, baseball, basketball, and other team jerseys for all your needs. Visit King's Martial Arts Supply to find out what they can do for you.
It looks like Eric McMahon will be in the cage for this match again. Eric has an interesting day job.
Yeah?
Yeah, he does. Interesting day job. Eric is a daredevil, I tell you what. So, Zach, what can you tell me about Jake Heylin? We had a nice conversation with him at back.
I watched Jake in his first fight, and I was impressed, and he just got better from there. The one thing I can tell you is he's a nice guy, and he'll give it his all. He will literally put it out on there and leave it out on the line.
I had asked him. I asked him what he thought his strongest attribute was as a fighter, and his answer was very, very interesting to me, and I really thought it was a great answer. He said it was confidence. He feels like the fight's won before he steps in. A lot of people don't realize that comes into confidence, mental toughness, cardio. There's a lot of things that besides striking and a lot of attributes that you can say. So don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the arena, Jake Heylin!
Jake Heylin making his way to the cage at this time. As I said, he's 3-0. His last win was over Darius King, a first-round TKO. So the hands are heavy. Again, he's a Paragon MMA guy. He's got a young daughter, she's 10 years old. Her name is Afriki. And I probably messed it up, and I apologize to the young lady. Jake is a U.S. Army veteran. He was a member of he's a combat engineer, 630 engineers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the arena, Mr. Keion Lucas!
The mysterious Keion Lucas coming out.
Did we get anything on him? I think I've watched him fight, though.
We didn't get a chance to talk to him, but I know he is, I'm sure he was out of the hit lab. He's coaching for other fighters as well tonight. Yeah, he is out of the hit lab. He did coach some of the other fighters. He worked with Hildred West and the guys at Hit Lab. And Coach Kingston out there with him. So Zach, the lightweight fighters, the 135s, the 125s, always a lot of speed and action. A lot of transitions, a lot of exchanges. When you get to the lower weights, they like to go to the ground. They really like to move around a lot.
Well, when you're at those weights, your power to weight ratio is a lot different. You can be very powerful at a 135, 145, and move around quick. Weight does have a factor when it gets to those kind of fights. When you're 135er and you come in after the weigh-ins and you're weighing about 140, 145, and then the guy you're fighting is weighing 155 after the weigh-in. That's a big difference. Difference in speed, difference in power. So it's interesting to watch these guys fight at this weight.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is an amateur bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Introducing first in the blue corner, a mixed martial artist with an amateur record of 3 wins, 0 losses, 2 by knockout, 1 submission, standing at 5 foot 7 inches tall, weighing 135.6 pounds, fighting out of Corbit, Mississippi, representing Paragon MMA, the undefeated Jake Heylin!
Jake Heylin looking strong, looking fit.
Ladies and gentlemen, the red corner, a mixed martial artist with an amateur record of 4 wins, 3 losses, standing in at 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighing 139 pounds, fighting out of Memphis, Tennessee, representing Hit Lab MMA. Put it together for Keion, the Alpha Lucas! Ladies and gentlemen, third man in charge of the action this evening, Eric McMahon. Gentlemen, it's showtime. Let's get it on!
So Keion the Alpha Lucas coming in a little bit heavy. We'll see if that has an effect on the fight.
Let's see if Jake can stay undefeated in this fight. Let's see if he's learned anything through his past fights.
I think that the mental toughness and the confidence is going to be really big for him. As an Army veteran, you know you've been through some rough times. You're going to have mental toughness. You're going to be comfortable being uncomfortable. So it'll be interesting to see how well he does in this fight.
He needs to bring that left hand back. He's got it out a little farther than he needs to. He needs to close the distance on it.
Keion Lucas is a 7-fight veteran. A little bit difference in experience. Maybe that will be the difference, the deciding factor tonight. Jake Heylin closes distance really, really well. He's very quick to get inside and come back out.
He needs to get that hand up, you know, leaving that chin open.
He's got double unders as they get to the cage, and leaning in, he's putting his weight on him. Looking for the takedown.
Keion needs to get the underhooks. Having that double under is never good.
Nice shoulder.
Yeah, nice shoulder work. That is legal, guys. In MMA, you can use shoulder pressure. You can hit with the shoulders if you have the ability to. He's going for that single leg. Can't grab it. What he needs to do is pressure him, drop down to the back of the knees when he's against a cage.
Work their way back to the center of the ring, exchanging knees. They separate. Nice leg kick. Looking for that lead leg low. Again, working that lead leg.
Keion needs to keep his hands up.
Working it back towards the cage with an underhook.
Now, you said Keion was a little heavier.
Yeah, he came in at 139.
Okay, so yeah, you can tell there's a difference in there. Guys, this is there. That's what I was talking about.
There it is.
Good.
The takedown.
That's what I was talking about. That's very nice. Now, he's got him in half guard, which in my opinion is not the best place to be in an MMA fight. Now he's got to open. He's got one hook in, one hook out. Right here, Keion can coast if he can protect himself, but I have a feeling that Jake is not going to. Whoa, nice sweep.
Works him right over to the mount. He's got his back now. He's got that arm in deep, working it. He's trying to get that arm around. What does he need to do to get his arm under the chin?
He's got to control the underhook arm. The arm that's underneath, his arm that's underneath.
Oh, he's tapping. He
and
got
he's
the choke in
submitted.
Deep.
Very nice for Keion.
Strong finish for Keion Lucas. Just fantastic sweep after the takedown. Used his jiu-jitsu to lock him mount right to the back take to the rear naked choke. Very good display of MMA jiu-jitsu.
What a lot of MMA guys do, making the mistake of when they get their back taken, they roll straight to turtle is what we like to call it. When you go straight to that base, you leave yourself open for punches, chokes, getting the hooks in. When you're in mount position, you got to shrimp and regain a half guard to a guard and then get up. You always want to face your opponent. You never want to turn away from him. Because if you're turning away from your opponent, you're ultimately taking your eyes off your opponent. And as we all know, if you take your eyes off your opponent, what is that going to do?
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
You're going to be blind.
2 minutes and 52 seconds in the first round. Winner by rear naked choke, the red corner, Keion the Alpha Lucas!
Keion the Alpha Lucas with a rear naked choke victory. When you're a 7-fight veteran, you do have a little bit of an advantage when you're in the cage with someone who's just learning. So we're getting ready. We're going to have another fight coming up in the 145-pound division. Cam Hall out of Memphis, BJJ, is fighting against Akeem Bashir. Or Bashir, not exactly sure how that is pronounced. I apologize if I got it wrong. Cam Hall, nice young man. Trained with him several times. He trains out of Memphis BJJ. He is a freestyle fighter. His game plan, he's looking to go to the ground, use his wrestling. He's a fantastic wrestler. He's got great balance. His strength, he always says, his strength is really his grappling. He's a self-motivated guy. His favorite fighter is Max Holloway. When he's not training MMA or jiu-jitsu, he is at school or at work. He likes to fight for fun, and he is out of Arlington High School. So, Zach, what can you tell me about Cameron Hall? I know you know him well. You've trained with him before.
He's a well-rounded wrestler, very, very tough, very mentally tough. I can say that I have seen him fight, and he has impressed me every time. He doesn't give up. And if he gets in a bad position, he he reacts fast. So I'm excited to see this fight. I don't know anything about this guy right here.
Bashir.
Yeah, Hakeem Bashir. I don't know anything about him. Where is he from?
He was not available in the back, so we didn't get a whole lot of information from him.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our next match this evening is sponsored by Brad's Barbecue. They've been around for about 45 years. It started cooking in Brad's backyard and turned into a staple for everybody in the Mid-South. Folks all over the South in Bartlett, Oakland, and Moscow know all about Brad's Barbecue. It's a family-owned business still run by the same folks who started it, and they maintain that family tradition of making everything from scratch. There's no store-bought products here. They slow simmer their hot, mild sauces, and they make sure they're cooked to perfection. Make sure you check them out in Bartlett, Oakland, or Moscow. Go see Brad's Barbecue today.
I do know about Brad's Barbecue.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd also like to thank Rock and Roll Sushi. They're the newest, trendiest sushi restaurant in the Mid-South, located at 2886 Wolf Chase Parkway. Rock and Roll Sushi is just minutes from anywhere you are in the Memphis area. With rolls like the Elvis roll, the GNR, the Red Hot Chili Pepper, you know their food is ready to rock. Make sure you see Rock and Roll Sushi today.
Cameron Hall, he's a southpaw, which should be interesting. We haven't had a lefty today, have we, Zach?
No, we haven't.
Should be interesting to see how that affects the fight. He is a southpaw. He likes to throw that straight left hand, but really his strength is his wrestling, his grappling. He's looking to stay on top, looking for his spots to stay on top and finish the fight. He went to Arlington High School. He was a wrestler at Arlington High School as well. Yeah, I do know Brad's Barbecue, though. Our sponsor, Brad's Barbecue. Excellent, excellent barbecue, Zach. Have you ever been there before?
Yes, they have one in Oakland, and I've been to it a few times. I like Brad's.
They've got a good pulled pork. Of course, our other sponsor for this fight, Rock and Roll Sushi. We know Rock and Roll Sushi.
We know, all too well. Go over there and grab a beer.
Right next to Chilcutt's MMA.
That's right. The place where we train, and one of the guys that helped put this together for Attitude MMA Fights.
Speaking of which, is Chad Chilcutt coming up visiting our booth right now.
Chad Chilcutt right here.
One of the founders of Attitude MMA.
And MMA in this area. Chad brought Hoist to this area originally, if I'm not mistaken.
Chad's, matter of fact, Hoist's son's first pro fight was at Attitude MMA.
That's right.
At the Electric Cowboy back in the early days. And Chad used to, wasn't he on the athletic commission here in Tennessee?
He was. He was the head of the athletic commission for a while.
Like I said, we've got a lot of wealth of experience here in the Memphis area for mixed martial arts. I'm telling you, get out, chance, come and see one of our shows. The level of fights that you will see are usually very high level. You're going to see some fighters that are going to make their way to the highest levels, be it the UFC or Bellator. We've had veterans in LFA.
We've had veterans
fighting.
We've had veterans in the UFC. We've had veterans. Let's see. We've got UFC, Bellator, LFA. I mean, you name it, we've got it.
World Series of Fighting, which is now what is it? Pro Fighting League, Pro Fighters League.
I don't know if we had anybody for that fought in the WEC. That was back in the day.
Back in the wild old days.
Yeah, WEC was king of the lightweight division, 135, 145.
It was striking today as speaking to the fighters in the back. A lot of them had said, when I asked them who their favorite fighter was, a lot of them were like, man, I want to say TJ Dillashaw, but after what's happened lately with TJ Dillashaw and testing positive for EPO, they were a little leery of saying that.
You know, in my personal opinion, at that level, somebody's going to be doing something at one point or another. But I don't think that really affects you as a fighter all the time. It can make you a better fighter in some instances, but the mind is what makes you a better fighter overall. And, it showed. He got beat by somebody that wasn't on anything very quickly.
Very, very quickly.
Very quickly. So I don't think that, performance of PEDs is going to make you your head stronger from a knockout or from a submission or something of that
But
nature.
fighters would argue with you EPO is a drug that will enhance your gas
You ever
tank.
seen the announcer put
Agreed.
somebody out? I
And-
will.
With EPO, when you have a style like TJ Dillashaw, which is a lot of movement, a lot of footwork, that EPO could be a boost for him. We're waiting for our next fight to come up. Our next fight is going to be in July. Is that correct, Zach? The
Yes.
next Attitude MMA fight is going to be July. Haven't got anybody booked for it just yet, but look for we're going to be back here at the FedEx
Ladies
Forum
and gentlemen,
in
we've
July.
got a set of gloves that has to be signed off on. We're about 90 seconds out. 90 seconds.
So we're looking at 90 seconds out. We've got, looks like we've had a bit of a wardrobe malfunction. Janet Jackson maybe popping her head up on us. We're waiting for the commission to sign off on the gloves.
I was wondering what was taking so long.
That is the issue. So, Zach, what do you think of the venue, the FedEx Forum?
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your Attitude MMA ringer.
You know, I think it's a big deal for the
Who wants
Memphis
a
community
t-shirt?
to have Attitude MMA or any MMA fights here at the FedEx Forum.
Well, my last
All right,
fight,
let's see. Ladies, wait a minute. Who's going to make the most noise in here?
my last fight was at the FedEx
I
Forum.
said, who's going to make the most noise in here?
It's a great venue for fighters to get used to a bigger crowd. And it's a good venue overall. I mean, it's not just some little place. It is the FedEx Forum.
It is the Grindhouse, which is, a new landmark here in Memphis. It's really made its name with the Memphis Grizzlies, with their grit and grind style. And that kind of goes hand in hand with mixed martial arts. You've got to grit and
Grind it
grind
out,
in there.
yeah. You sure do. We don't bluff.
No, we don't. I know for me, coming out here to FedEx Forum was a nice capstone to my mini MMA career. It was very short, but it was just a thrill to come out here and fight in this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is brought to you by 1776 Men's Grooming Parlor.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, apologize for the delay.
563 West Poplar Avenue.
We're about to get started here.
And 1016 South Gates Road in Memphis. They are your one-stop shop for all your men's grooming needs. Get your dapper do done by the ladies that do my hair and get the best razor service in Memphis. Hot towels, cold beer, and bombshell divas await. Find them on Facebook at 1776 Men's Grooming and follow the location closest to you.
Looks like we're going to have Jason, the Slap Man Aldridge, in the cage for this fight.
You just love saying that.
I do love saying that. I love giving him a hard time.
The
Jason,
slap heard around the world.
it really was. Hot.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd also like to thank King's Martial Arts Supply for all their support. You can check them out online for all your martial arts gear at kmaworld.com. They've also got a variety of football, baseball, basketball, and other team jerseys for all your sports needs. Make sure you hit them up and find out what they can do for you today.
I know this much. If I know
Ladies and gentlemen,
when I was sparring with
bring to the arena
with Jason that I can
Cam
call timeout, I would have called timeout.
Timeout.
There we go. Got Cameron Hall making his way to the ring. I asked him why he picked the #1 spot for his walkout music. And he told me because that's what I'm doing. I'm coming for that top spot.
What's Cameron's record?
Cameron's record, he is...
I don't think we got that info.
Yeah, we didn't get that info. Had 100 questions to ask him, and I didn't ask the important ones. Hey, it's a work in progress, Zach. What can I tell you?
It happens.
Those rookie announcers, I swear.
Always messing stuff up.
Again, Cameron's a freestyle fighter with a strong, strong wrestling background. He's out of Memphis BJJ. Going to be coached by Andy Urich and Zach Underwood. Zach Underwood, that is I tell you, Zach is a...
interesting character. I worked with Zach for a good while. I've trained with him. We go together like two peas in a pot. He's an awesome guy.
But you know, Zach is
one more
a
time
very
for
important,
Mr. Cam
an important figure in really the history of mixed martial arts in the Memphis area.
Yes, he is.
You know, Zach fought on Bellator right here at the FedExForum, wasn't it?
No, it was at the
it was in South
Landers.
Yeah, the
Landers Center.
Here we go, Cameron Hall coming to this spot. And there's Andy Urich, another pillar of the MMA community here in Memphis. Another guy that has done it at the highest levels and has come back to coach and really pass on his knowledge and skills to the new generation of fighters that are coming out of Memphis. And like I said before, a lot of these guys that are coming out now, they're mixed martial artists, true mixed martial artists. You know, they don't really have a specialty. They're just good at everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, bring to the arena, Akeem Bashir!
Here comes Akeem Bashir. He's coming out to the ring. Here's Zach Underwood and Andy Urich here at cage side. Is that a Jaleel Willis fighting?
Is that
Jaleel?
That's Jaleel Willis. Jaleel the real Willis.
Yes, sir. Another one fighting at some of the highest levels of mixed martial arts. He is knocking on the door of the UFC. Dana, if you're watching, you need to give this kid a chance. He is a solid fighter.
Yes, and he's got much more room to grow. I definitely agree with that.
Not a whole lot of information on Akeem Bashir. I'm sure we're going to get a good fight out of him. Looking strong and solid. So, Zach, what do you think keys to this fight are? What does Cameron Hall have to do?
Well, I don't know much about Bashir, but Cameron needs to keep his hands up, and he needs to go for the takedown first chance he gets. Pressure on top, and keep pressure on top. Because I've seen him fight, and he's really good right there.
Well, you've trained with Cameron before, have you not?
I have.
I know you've rolled with him in the gym. What can you tell us about what he does on the ground?
He rolls like a wrestler. He's still learning. He's opening up. He goes for submission attempts, but I haven't rolled with him in a while, so he's probably gotten a lot better.
One thing's for certain, I have seen the way these guys train at Memphis BJJ. We know his gas tank's going to be solid.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to get tired. Akeem Bashir makes his way to the ring. Let's set it up to Jamie Grant as Amberly, our ring girl, makes her way into the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. It is for the vacant Attitude MMA Featherweight Championship. Introducing first in the blue corner, a freestyle fighter with an amateur record of 4 wins and 1 loss, weighing in at 5'7" tall. Standing at 5'7" tall, weighing 145.6 pounds, fighting out of Memphis, Tennessee, and representing Memphis Judo Jiu-Jitsu. Put your hands together for Cam Hall! Ladies and gentlemen, the red corner. He's a flow fighter with an amateur record of 7 wins, 2 losses, standing at 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 144.7 pounds, fighting out of College Park, Georgia, representing American Top Team Atlanta. He's the current Attitude MMA Bantamweight champion. Put your hands together for Hakeem the Dream Bashir!
So
Our third man in charge of the action this evening, Mr. Jason
Stepping up in
Hildred.
ranks for this
Ladies and
fight.
gentlemen, it's showtime. Let's get it on!
So he's had an ATT in Atlanta. He should have a really, really good skill
He's
set.
got somewhat of a record. I would believe so. And he's the belt holder, so let's see what happens here.
He is stepping up in weight to 145, so this should be an interesting fight. We'll see if that does. Right to the ground.
Straight into it.
Pretty good teeth to start off, though. That pressure, that kick to the chest was good. High note, looking for that arm bar.
Cam's got to keep that tight.
He's got to keep that pressure on. Picking him up, looking to pull that arm out. Oh, it's straight. Look, well done.
Nice.
A very, very good hitchhiker escape.
They work that good. They work that stuff at Memphis Judo Jiu-Jitsu. I mean, you're not going to just catch it right a mile away. But I have a feeling that Bashir is he's very comfortable on the ground,
comfortable on his guard.
going for that triangle.
He's keeping that posture of
Cam needs to pressure him into the cage and get his head pinned up against the cage and the canvas. And then he needs to get his butt up high. He needs to get his hips up high off the ground.
So what does he need to do to control the hips?
He's got to push into the hips and get him up off the ground and pressure his head against the cage and the canvas in that crevice right there.
Both fighters exchanging blows here.
Cam needs to be careful though. He doesn't need to overextend himself because
that's what
Hakeem is looking for that armbar.
Yeah, strikes to the head as he's working to go body head.
See, he's controlling that wrist. He's trying to stuff that hand to go for that triangle.
Very, very strong guard from Hakeem Bashir.
Very strong. Well, he's longer. He's much longer.
He's controlling the posture really well.
Cam needs to work his posture back. He needs to dig his elbows into the legs. He needs to break his guard because this is not a position he needs to be in.
That leg, the hand on that leg, what is it doing for Hakeem Bashir?
It's just helping him hold it in place. He's trying to stay tight to Cam, to wear him down, to make him move his body.
Good shot right there from Cameron Hall.
And this is textbook 101 wrestling style MMA right now. Cam is trying to grind it out and wear him down.
Both fighters are working really, really hard here. So it'll be interesting to see how cardio plays into this.
Great technique. This is what you got to understand, though, TJ. When you're in guard like this, it can wear you down. Trying to ground and pound. There goes that
He's
other
throwing up another
armbar.
armbar. Looks very deep. He's got to pull that arm out. 10 seconds left to go in the round. Will he be able to hold on? He is out. Oh, wait, another attempt for a triangle.
That's the end of round 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our Attitude MMA ringer.
I will say this is a very impressive jiu-jitsu display from Hakeem Bashir there. Really, really strong guard. So, you're Cameron Hall at this point. You're sitting down. You're getting Andy Ulrich and Zach Underwood are talking to you. What does he need to do to avoid getting stuck in that guard again?
If Cam goes for the takedown again, he needs to cut to the side. He needs to cut an angle. He needs to try to get side mount. He doesn't need to get back in his guard, because if he gets back in his guard, Hakeem is all he's going to do is hold him, and he's going to wear him down. It's only a matter of time before he gets his spot in his moment to trap a triangle or an armbar, and Cam it's going to get too deep. He's got to dig it back. He can't get in his guard. He's got to open his guard. He's got to open Hakeem's guard to pass or to advance with the legs open. He's got to keep his arms in tight. If he has his elbows out over the hips, it's going to leave him open. It's going to leave him susceptible to any kind of submission. Whether it be a Kimura, triangle, armbar, omoplata.
All right, we go, getting ready for action in round number 2. Both fighters start out. Cam pressing in to get him up against the cage.
Nice. Now, if I was Cam, I would go for the takedown. I would pressure him against the cage, beat his body up.
Both fighters are not afraid to throw the knees.
See, that dirty boxing works really well against the cage. Cam needs to work his underhooks, but he needs to be careful because Akeem will pull guard.
Akeem has no problem with throwing that knee or stomping, even with his back up against the fence. Controlling the wrist of Cameron Hall. Strong overhook.
See, Akeem is so tall.
Very good balance, too, because the trip attempt was
That's what I'm talking
good.
about. See how Cameron's pressuring him against the cage, and then he's pressure. He breaks back, boom, boom, comes for a couple of hits, and then pressures him again against the cage.
Ooh, nice right hand. Good head movement from Cameron Hall there. Looking for the single and the trip.
Nope, because Akeem's going to take his back.
Again, he's leaving himself open for the armbar on
Yes.
the takedown. He's overextending on that takedown.
You guys realize something in MMA, takedowns don't give you points. Control. I have seen, I watched a fight with Andy Urick, a phenomenal wrestler, fought him and took him down over and over, and Andy got right back up every single time.
Here we go. He's passing the guard to
Cam
side
has passed the
control.
guard. Very nice. This is where Cam needs to be.
They're throwing those knees out now. Little strikes.
Very
This
nice.
is where Cam's wrestling can really work.
And so now Akeem is putting him in half guard, which I consider a favorite for the person on top, as long as you keep their head away and you keep the underhook. See how he's got it stapled down right now? He moved his foot. He should have had that. He should have kept that foot right there.
So what does Cameron Hall need to do here to maintain his position, to posture up, to strike?
If it was me, I would sit back on the leg and I would posture into the core of his stomach, and I would pick my shots and then try to pass.
Much
Because
more
Akeem
effective.
is he's going for a butterfly sweep right now. He's got butterfly guard.
Butterfly is a very effective guard for MMA. Is he reaching up, almost looking for rubber guard here?
Yes, it is.
Cam back to his feet, looking to strike. He's got to be careful with the one arm in and one arm out with 10 seconds left in the round.
You can get caught.
Much better round for Cameron Hall this time out. Definitely effective, more effective on the ground this time. An excellent takedown.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I think at this point, as we go into the third round, it's anybody's fight.
It's hard to tell right now. Cam won that second round.
Yeah, Cam definitely won that second round. The first round, when you're dealing with judges, a lot of judges don't understand the grappling. Akeem threw up quite a few submission attempts that I thought had Cameron in trouble.
I think it's 1-1, to be honest with you.
If I was scoring, I would have it 1-1 as well. But will the judges give him credit for the effective grappling when he was on the bottom? That is really always been the bane of mixed martial arts, is judges that don't understand that you can be effective from your back. So we get ready to come out for the third round.
Seconds out, please. Seconds out.
And we get ready for round number 3.
For the title.
This is for all the marbles. This is for the belt. Will Akeem Bashir become
Ladies and
the
gentlemen,
champ
final
of
round
Attitude
action coming
MMA?
at you.
He's already the 135-pound belt holder. Will he become a champ at the end of this fight? This round is going to be the deciding factor. Whoever pushes the hardest, whoever wants it more is going to win here. Both fighters still look like they've got a lot of gas in the tank. Nice low kick. It looks like both fighters are letting the strikes go a little bit more here. So Zach, you've been there before. You're coming out for the third round. What's going through these fighters' minds here?
Personally, when I go to the third round and the final round, I mean, I'm out there thinking, okay, I got to finish this guy. I don't want it to go to the cards. I don't want to work all this time. I don't want to put all this work in and then it be a wash. I don't want it to go to the cards. I want to get it finished. So I'm thinking, what is the best way? By the third round, nice hit
nice
by
kick.
Cam.
Glass in the back of the cage. He's got to follow it up. Now he's working them hands.
Cam needs to let the hands go. He doesn't need to clinch with him. He's giving him time to settle. He's giving him time to rest.
Again, nice knee to the leg there, working the legs.
Cam should have just let it go. Should have let those hands go. He had him right there.
He definitely had him stunned up against the cage. Nice combination.
There you go.
Rights and lefts to the head and back downstairs to the body. Again with a strong overhand shot. Looks like the left-handed. Nice takedown from Cameron Hall.
If Cameron can stay controlled right here and not get overextended, he could win this fight.
He's controlling the butterfly hook really well, I think, right here. Putting that pressure on it so he can't lift him up.
Yes, he is.
Cameron, I think, needs to posture up. Got to go body, head. Not let Bashir control the posture. Nice pass right there.
Now he needs to keep pushing him over, pressuring to take his back. That's what I would try to do.
He needs to get that arm free so he can complete the pass.
Tamir is hoping to bring his leg back over to trap it.
Well, he has control of that arm that was keeping him from finishing the pass.
Nice. Needs to put shoulder pressure in.
Nice knee to the chest there.
Going for the crossface. Cameron needs to try to go to the back.
10 seconds remaining in the round. Cameron Hall trying to finish up strong right here. There we go. We're going to the judges' scorecard for the vacant 145-pound title. Zach, how do you see it so far? Who wins this fight?
I have it Cam 2.
2 rounds to 1. I see it that same way. I think Akeem won that first round with his grappling.
Yeah, Akeem did great his first round, but Cam figured out the loophole and grinded it out.
I think they made a really good adjustment in the corner for Cameron Hall to, control that guard and not allow himself to get in that position again. Excellent fight. It goes to the judges' scorecard. Our first decision tonight. Well, we'll see what our judges have to say at this point. This is that part where all the hard work, everything you've done leading up to this point, it's now all in somebody else's hands. That's tough on a fighter, wouldn't you say, Zach?
Very tough.
So the scorecards are in at this point. We will have a decision. Let's set it up to Jamie Grant with our decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of 3 rounds, we have a unanimous decision. Winner and new Attitude MMA Featherweight Champion, blue corner, Mr. Keion Hall!
Cameron Hall coming away with the unanimous decision, taking the 145-pound
Keion, how do you feel, sir?
I feel fantastic, man. First, I want to give a shout out to my opponent, Keion, man. He's a hell of a fighter. I want to thank all my teammates, my coaches, helping me get here, man. I wouldn't be here without a man. It's pretty out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Mr. Keion Hall!
Cameron Hall with the win. Here by decision, unanimous
Ladies
decision.
and gentlemen, we are going to take a 15-minute intermission.
It was played very well.
Refill your glasses.
Well, I thought the adjustments that they made in the corner made all the difference in that fight.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Cameron did a good
Ladies and
job.
gentlemen,
listening
put
to
your
his
hands
coaches.
together for Mr. Elijah Holt. Now, Elijah is here this evening. He was scheduled to fight our third round this evening. Some things happened. It wasn't able to happen, but Elijah showed up this evening, so we want to make sure that all of his fans had a chance to hear him speak for a minute. Speak to you fans, man.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody coming out tonight and buying tickets. It sucks what happened, but hopefully we'll get it next time.
Sometimes it happens, man. We'll definitely see you back in the ring soon, Mr. Elijah. Take care. Law school, MMA, and police brutality, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, 15-minute intermission, and when we come back, we've got the pros. This is my theme song. Do me, baby. Why don't you bring it down a little bit? I'll just do it for you. All right, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. I look funny, but y'all making money, see, so yo world, I hope you're ready for me to gather round. I'm the new fool in town, and my sound's laid down by the underground. I drink up all the Hennessy you got on your shelf, so just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty, pronounced with the umpty. Oh, ladies, oh, how I like to funk thee. And all the rappers in the top 10, please allow me to bump thee. I'm stepping tall, y'all, and just like Humpty Dumpty, you're gonna fall when the stereos bump thee. I like to rhyme, I like my beats funky, I'm spunky. I like my oatmeal lumpy, I'm sick with this. Straight gangster Mac. But sometimes Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is brought to you by King's Martial Arts Supply. And I told y'all that a minute ago. So we're going to move on to Cannon Chiropractic. They've got a table set up over here. They're checking you out. They're telling you where you're out of a line, telling you all the things that you need to get back right in line. Make sure you see them. Chiropractic service is the way to go. It keeps you away from the harmful drugs. They pop you, they stretch you, they realign you, they make you right with the world again. Make sure you check out Cannon at Chiropractic.
So we are moments away from our first pro fight of the evening. Jordan Fowler versus Hawi Ali Afriki. Did I get it right that time, Zach?
Kawi Ali Afriki.
Afriki. I apologize again if I'm getting it wrong. I'm really trying my hardest to get it right.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is also
I repeated it a lot.
Barbecue.
Yes, you did.
45 years they've been doing it upright.
You know I get hit in the head a lot.
A family recipe that's been passed on from one generation to the next. They're in Bartlett, Oakland, and Moscow, Tennessee. Great barbecue is only minutes from wherever you are. You've not had barbecue until you had brands. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your pro bouts this evening? No, no, no. I said, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, bring to the arena, Jordan Fowler.
First up to the cage is Jordan Fowler.
1 minute, please.
Hey, Jordan Fowler out of Warrior's Den and Joey Perry Hilltop Fitness. Coached by Keith Fowler and Glenn Cole and Mike Wessel.
Mike Wessel. I haven't heard that name in a long time. Mike Wessel is a heavyweight veteran.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Fowler!
Jordan Fowler, traditional martial artist and a catch wrestler. Now he's going to look to take the fight into the deeper rounds. Let it evolve as it goes.
Yeah, Mike Wessel is
turn it back on again.
Old heavyweight veteran. He fought in the UFC, he fought in Bellator, he fought in a couple of places. I've trained with him. Okay, we're having some technical difficulties here with music. That was Joel Gangry that just went by. My black belt, actually, for 901 Jiu-Jitsu. Our black belt. Okay, we had technical difficulty.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Fowler.
So Jordan Fowler in the ring. Jordan Fowler says his favorite strike is the switch kick, which can be really effective.
Khalil Abdul Afriki.
What's Jordan's record?
I don't have his record. I love this. He said his favorite fighter is Bryce Thug Nasty. You know, local,
Bryce
again, another one of these fighters out of the Mid-South in the UFC.
That's right. And he wants camo shorts, TJ.
He wants those camo shorts.
He
Reebok,
wants,
if you're listening,
he
camo
wants,
shorts.
He wants those camo shorts.
I hope he got his roof fixed. And, you know, Bryce, do me a favor, stay away from drills, okay? You really need to stay away from the drills.
What happened?
Oh, you didn't know?
Oh, I heard about
the
that.
drill
Yeah.
accident.
That must have been a very painful situation.
Oh, here it is. It's 1 and 2.
1 and 2 as a pro.
1 and 2 as a pro. Fought Ben Parrish, the big tuna, in his last fight.
Nice. I like Ben. Ben's an underrated fighter. Like,
really
people
is.
don't even expect it.
Great guy. He lost by a rear naked choke. You get a visit from Harry Wildchild Johnson.
Harry. Me and Harry go way back. Way back.
Oh, this one's gonna be a great fight. I think you're gonna see a lot of action. It's gonna be explosive.
You know, it just shows that fighters can be friends. Me and Harry, that was my first MMA fight.
Was it really?
Yes,
I did not know that.
Yeah, we fought at the New Daisy when we were Sprouts.
Wow, that's going back.
That was way back. That was 2007?
Sheesh.
Man, that was a long time ago.
2007. I didn't even think about training back then. Keion Ali Afriki.
Yeah.
I got it right.
Keion Ali Afriki.
He's making his way into the cage right now in his spot. A huge following for Keion. He always brings the fans in. And it's not just his friends and family. I mean, he puts on a show when he fights. He puts on quite a show. I watched him fight at the Agri Center and just put on a display, a movement clinic as he dropped his opponent. And as his fans are just standing along outside the cage, all videoing him as he comes in the ring. Likes to wear that hockey mask when he comes in.
He wore a red bandana over his face this time.
Oh, he had a red bandana this time.
Yes, he did.
I said there's going to be fireworks in this fight. Fans, stay close to your television. You are going to see some really exciting fighting right here in this fight here. A little bit of bad blood. As we talked about earlier, how we took exception to being referred to as a Memphis boy.
I mean, a Memphis boy is one thing, but you called me a boy, we got problems, sir.
We took a little exception to it. Jordan Fowler did an interview with Chad Chilcutt on Facebook
Our next match is a professional contest scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing first in the blue corner, a catch wrestler and a specialist in Tang Sadu with an amateur record of 1 win, 2 losses, 1 win by TKO, standing at 6 foot even, weighing in at 184.7 pounds. Fighting out of Bono, Arkansas, representing the Warrior Gym. Put your hands together for Jordan, the Lion Fowler! Ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner, a mixed martial artist, making his pro debut, 5-0, undefeated as an amateur, in the Attitude MMA middleweight amateur champion, standing at 6 foot even, weighing in at 185 pounds, fighting out of the heart of North Memphis, representing the police brutality of law school MMA. Put your thumbs up for Khalil Abdul, the Bear Afriki! Third man in charge of the action this evening, Mr. Eric McMahon. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. Let's get it on.
So here we go with our first pro fight of the evening. It's time to watch the pros go at it. It's the pro debut for Keion, and it is the third fight for Jordan Fowler. Jordan Fowler, a police officer in his day job. Interesting with Brian Hall, Brian the Law Hall, also a police officer, as a coach for Kauai. Here we go, a solid leg kick to start off. Both fighters trade leg kicks.
I'm not sure what martial art he said that he was under. I need to look that one up.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that before. Good kick to the body right there by Kauai.
But Jordan seems pretty calm. Kauai's a little jerky. I think he's a
little excited with
a little
his pro
excited
debut.
and pressuring. But you know, that's not always a bad thing.
Both fighters are feeling each other out. And he's winding up on that kick. He's kind of telegraphing it a little bit.
He is, but you know, Kauai, he's got power behind it, so he doesn't really care if you can see it. You know, there's a traditional tie thing where they put their arms apart after an exchange. I've never been a fan of it. I mean, some really top-level guys do it. But, man, if you keep your arms open like that, walking backwards, you leave yourself open.
Open for, ooh, whoa, what a solid hook.
Nice hook by Kauai.
Looking for the neck, pressuring him right here. He needs to start working those hands, get him while he's rocked. Referee Eric McMahon right on top of the action.
Jordan has a Kimura. I'm not sure if it's
I don't
locked.
think he can finish it. Not now, it's gone. He's getting it. The problem right here is Kauai is giving him time to recover from that, from being stunned.
Right, and just to let you guys know that are watching this fight and listening, professional fighters a different story. The ref will let this go for a minute.
Oh, good solid knee to the head. That's it.
Knee. That is a DQ. DQ.
It's a timeout. If he cannot continue, I forgot he was grounded. He was most definitely
sure that's
on
a timeout?
his knee. Eric made the timeout gesture.
Okay. So there's a timeout. That's not a disqualification.
I know this much. Eric's probably going to take a point here. You know, he threw that knee, but both fighters were on. He was definitely on both knees. So we might need to find out exactly what the rule is here if the fighter can't continue.
That's a good question. I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but it looked like that was a little intentional. This is a professional fight. This isn't a street fight. I don't care who you are. I don't care what the disrespect is. When you're in the cage, there are rules and things that you must follow.
Well, I'm not going to say that there was intent behind it. I think he just got excited.
He could have, but you should know as a grounded opponent and as a pro fighter that you're not allowed to throw a knee.
You know, I wish we had a replay on it. I just wonder if maybe he didn't realize in the heat of the moment that he was on his knees. Kauai is too much of a smart fighter.
He is a smart fighter, but we did
let a grudge.
We did say that there might be some emotion in this fight.
True, but he's too smart a fighter, I think, to let a grudge over words affect his career. He has goals to go to the next level. We don't know if he would want to do that. You know, referee Eric McMahon is stopping the fight. Shame to see a fight end this way. He goes over, kind of taps him on the shoulder to let him know, show a sign of respect. Hate to see a fight end like that, but that was a pretty solid knee, Zach.
I don't like seeing fights end like this either, especially on a note of disqualification. Because I'm pretty sure that this is a DQ.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure the rule on that, because it was obviously an illegal strike.
That's that's John Jones's only loss.
Yeah, it was the illegal elbow.
The illegal? No.
Yeah, it was illegal. 12-6 elbow.
No, that's right. It was. Sorry, and that was a DQ. Matt Hamill could not continue.
So
because of it.
I just, you hate to see a fight that was hyped up at this point. That was going to be a really good fight to end like that. Sometimes, you lose control of. You just kind of lose your awareness of what's going on. We'll wait for referee Eric McMahon to pass on his official decision. Jamie Grant will give us the announcement. Well, I just hope the injury isn't too serious. Eric is talking to Jamie now. He's passing on what the official decision will be. We'll get an announcement here in a moment. We still got 2 more pro fights coming up. We've got Adam Denton versus Charlie Alexander coming on. Alex Denton, you know him pretty well, don't you? Adam Denton, rather.
Adam
I keep
Denton.
calling him Alex.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's not like I haven't known him
in
for
2 minutes,
years.
12 seconds in round 1, referee Eric McMahon stops the match with a no contest. No contest has been declared in this bout. No winner.
So a no contest is the ruling.
Due to an illegal knee while the opponent was down.
So Eric McMahon rules it as a no contest. Like I said, you hate to see a fight end that way. I'm glad to see that Jordan Fowler is okay. It looks like he's all right. He's walking pretty solid.
I really hate to see that.
Yeah, I do too. So Adam Denton and Charlie Alexander. You know Adam Denton pretty well.
And I know Adam Denton too well, and Adam
Denton is a character. I will tell you that much. He is a character. Fantastic sense of humor, super nice guy. He's funny. Well, I tell you, Zach, Adam Denton's got a sense of humor.
I love Adam.
I will say that. He's a really, really, really amusing guy. I asked him what his nickname is. He said, my nickname is the final boss. Like if you're playing in a video game and you got through all the levels, he's the final boss. A Memphis Judo and Jiu-Jitsu guy, coached by Andy Urich and Zach Underwood. Being cornered by the realist Khalil Willis and Andy Urich.
Sushi Jits Revolution, Body for Life, Roof Pro 1776 Men's Parlor, Integrated Communications, and Boxer Girl. Our next match this evening is sponsored by King's Martial Arts Supply. For all your martial arts gear, visit KMAworld.com and check out the wide variety of uniform, gloves, and other protective gear that they offer. Find them on Facebook, King's Martial Arts Supply.
All right.
Talking to Adam Denton before the fight, I asked him, I said, what is your strength? He said, strength
Ladies and gentlemen,
itself.
bring to the arena, Mr. Adam Denton!
Adam dresses up nice like a cowboy, man. I seen him in some rodeo gear.
Coming from Jackson, Tennessee.
Great striker.
And he's not bad on the ground either. I've had the privilege of rolling with him quite a few times. He has a solid ground game.
Oh, yes, he does.
Adam's been around for a while. He knows his business. It's great to see him back in the cage.
He looked up when that fog machine went on. I was like, whoa! Or ice machine, whatever, your dry ice machine.
No, it's a fog machine. But he's 2-2. He lost his last fight. He's sponsored by Fights. Adam didn't make it his way
Ladies
into
and
the cage.
Bring to the arena, Charlie Alexander!
All right, we got Charlie Alexander to the cage.
And Charlie Alexander coming out for us right now. So, Adam Denton, sponsored by Fight Swag and Iron Jaw. I tell you what, though, Iron Jaw, best mouthpieces in the business.
I've got 2 of them myself. I need to go get one of them refitted.
I keep losing mine. I've bought 3.
I believe I saw Jesse James fight this guy.
Okay.
I believe. Let me be positive on that.
Looks like the third man in the cage for this fight is going to be Jason Cageman.
Yeah, the caveman.
Or the slap man.
The slap man. I love it.
That's what happens when you go viral, man.
He's got like over 1 million hits.
Already? He's going to be right up there with Hunter Joffrey soon.
That's someone I really want to see get back in the cage.
I know Hunter's been training hard. He's been training with the guys over at Memphis Judo and Jiu-Jitsu. He's been working hard. I really would love to see him get back in the cage as well. He's an exciting fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next bout is a professional contest scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Introducing first in the blue corner, a freestyle fighter with a professional record of 2 wins and 2 losses. Standing at 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 153.2 pounds. Fighting out of Memphis, Tennessee, representing Memphis Judo and Jiu-Jitsu. The final boss, Adam Denton!
He's the final boss. That's right. At the end of the video game, you get Adam Denton.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner.
Doesn't look like
A
much.
mixed martial artist with an amateur record,
Silly
professional record of 3 wins and 2 losses. Standing at 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 156 pounds, fighting out of Nashville, Tennessee, representing Nashville MMA. Put your hands together for Charlie C4 Alexander!
C4
Our third
versus
man
the
in charge
final
of the
boss.
action this evening, Mr. Jason Aldridge. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. Let's get it on!
So here we go, 3 rounds of action for his professional fight here. Remember, professional fights, elbows and knees are illegal.
But not to a grounded
But
opponent.
not to a grounded opponent. That is correct. But you can elbow and knee strike to the head. No 12-6 elbows. And here we go. Both fighters touch gloves. Solid lead left kick.
Now, Adam is he's a very calculated, calm fighter. He hasn't fought in a while, but the last time I saw him fight, I believe he knocked his opponent out.
He lost his last fight.
Oh, did he lose his
Yeah,
last
he
fight?
lost his last
Okay.
fight. When I asked him, I said, what did you do right? He said nothing. The leg kicks, the lead leg kicks are really, really solid from Alexander.
Adam's he's got some legs on him, I will say that.
He's got some TNT in the hands as well.
Oh, no, he does. I've seen him. I've sparred with him.
The leg kicks are just really, really solid, just working that lead leg.
You see how he keeps his head down?
Chin down, head
Chin
up.
down, head up. He's very good at that.
So those leg kicks that he keeps working that lead leg, what is that going to do for, what is it going to do to Adam as the fight progresses?
Well, Adam is working. If there's one thing about Adam I know, he's not worried about leg kicks. He's got some trunks for legs. And I've sparred with him before, and he's like, come on, kick me.
I just repeatedly letting those shots go to the thigh, inside and out. You think that's going to affect that leg in the later round. Solid kick to the body there, but follows it right up with the leg kick. Charlie Alexander looks really, really good in this fight. Composed, calm, working his business.
Nice control by Adam.
Good takedown defense there. Almost looked like he went for an Imanari roll there. Again, good pressure on the cage.
Charlie's got very good pressure against the cage.
So what does Adam need to do here to get off the cage?
He needs to get that outside arm around his leg. He needs to get it up higher like he's doing now. He needs to dig in for the underhooks. He needs to switch him against the cage. Because Adam's no stranger to the ground. He's not scared to get it to the ground. But Adam likes to stay on the feet. And he's very good at defending it.
Nice knee to the midsection there. Adam follows up with a knee as well.
Charlie is really digging for that underhook.
Nice reverse there.
And now Charlie was really trying for that takedown.
So now we see Adam Denton working the legs as well. Switched back. Again, rolling, he's looking for a leg. I think he's trying.
He's trying, but Adam's very basic. I've worked wrestling with Adam for a long time, and he's very persistent. He's like, come on, do it again, do it again, do it again.
You know, with the wave of leg locks in jiu-jitsu, I think you're going to start seeing them more in mixed martial arts.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all. But see, here's something you got to understand. I mean, it's only a first round, but the more takedowns you attempt and you fail, the more tired you're going to get. Your gas tank is going to wear down. It takes a lot of energy.
It does.
It takes a lot of energy to defend them too, but it does take a lot of energy to attempt them.
It's also frustrating.
Yes, when you can't get the takedown, I agree.
I know from experience, when you can't get that takedown, it frustrates you. It throws off your game plan.
Adam is he's very calm. He takes his time. He likes to wear his opponents down. He doesn't get too excited.
Again, what a solid kick to the body there.
He likes to wear the body down. Adam's a very big fan of wearing the body down. And
covers up really well as well.
He does. Well, you got to realize that he's not a big guy for the weight class he's in, so he has to be careful. You know, he's got to be calculated. He's got to pick and choose his shots, because if he doesn't, one wrong move, it could be done.
The right hook. Again, trading hooks there. Big shot that missed. Again with the leg kicks. Really working those legs, Charlie is. Ten seconds left to end the round. There you go. That's the end of the round. A close round. Kind of hard to call
Ladies and
there.
gentlemen, put your
I don't
hands
think
together for
either
our
fighter
attitude
really
in MMA
separated
ring.
themselves from the other.
A lot of pressure by Charlie. Very composed by Adam. Adam is going to draw this out if he can. He's going to draw this fight out as long as he can.
So what is Andy Urich saying? What is Andy Urich and Jaleel Willis telling him right now? What do you think their plan is going into the second round?
I basically think that I think what he's telling him is to weather the storm, keep doing what you're doing, defend, circle, move, you know,
And conversely, what do you see the coaches of Charlie Alexander telling him? What should he be looking to adjust going into the second round? I mean, I honestly think he needs to keep working those leg kicks. They were really effective early in the round. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments are made going into the second round.
Well, I've watched Adam fight numerous times. How did he lose his last fight?
I think he lost by submission. Yeah, he wasn't real. He just said, I lost. I asked him what he did wrong. He said everything. So, ooh, big kick there. Nice inside.
Charlie is going to initiate the takedown. He's going to try to go for it again. And Adam, that's what Adam's banking on. He's wanting him to go for that takedown so he can defend it.
It's almost like he's softening up that leg to get to a leg lock.
Maybe. Is Charlie a leg lock guy?
Well, I'm not really sure. We didn't get any information on him. We didn't have a chance to speak to him before the fight. But, I mean, it looked like twice now he was going for an Imanari roll, which is indicative of a leg lock guy.
So, the leg kicks from Adam Denton are nothing to take lightly.
And he's still pretty light on his feet right now. He's, moving pretty well.
He's always been light on his feet. He's very good at movement.
Oh, I think he got caught there.
See, when you want to be a fighter and move forward on someone like Adam, Adam's going to circle.
Putting together a nice combination there. Again, working that inside leg kick. It's got to be taking a toll on that leg. I know he keeps bouncing, but it's got to be working that leg. Nice jab. And Adam with a nice two-punch combination. Didn't connect, but keeping his hands busy.
Charlie indicating that the leg kicks the body kicks are not doing nothing.
You know, when you hear that slap, the fans hear it and they go, ooh.
Yeah.
But the thud is what you want to hear.
Yeah, the slap is not necessarily a sound that you want to hear.
You get that thud, though. You know you landed. Adam, he's just looking like he's really trying to close in the distance.
Yeah, he is. Close the distance, take the power away.
Telling him, come on. Look at him saying, come on. And both of these fighters are looking really good. It's a good fight so far.
Great stand-up roll.
Yeah, nice shot to the body, straight right hand to the body.
Adam's getting a little more comfortable with his hands.
Yeah, it looks like the ring rust is kind of worn off, and he's a lot more comfortable than he was in the first round, and we're feeling out. Ooh. Again, but he blocked that head kick really, really well. I mean, he ate some of it, but he blocked it. Overhand right there. Starting to double up the jab.
You see, Charlie is weathering it, and he's protecting himself. When Adam is light, go. Light, go. He's picking and choosing his punches.
Yeah, he's definitely starting to double up the jab.
He's got great head movement, too. Charlie is obviously the bigger fighter.
Yes. Almost feel like if somebody breaks the defenses, it could be over. Well, both fighters appear to be in really good shape. Nobody's really breathing super heavy. Remember, 5-minute rounds here in the professional divisions. So, nice setup on that inside leg kick. Both fighters move their heads really well.
Very well. The only difference between them is Charlie leaves his chin up a little bit, Adam doesn't.
And kind of dropping his hands there on the circle out. Charlie does like to throw that head kick though. And Adam's got to be really careful that he doesn't miss one.
And remember, Adam's very calculated. He takes his time.
Oh, he caught that one. He's rocked. He's going to take him to the ground. Nice double leg. Charlie Alexander looking to finish this fight right now. On his back, looking for the choke. 10 seconds left. Can Adam hold out? There we go. End of the round. He was able to weather the storm. So, Zach, my question to you would be, how much is that going to, is that kick and those shots that he took there at the end of the round, how much is that going to affect him coming out for the third round? Is he still going to be?
I don't think it's going to affect Adam very much. I've seen him do well under pressure. I've seen people get the best of him in a round, and he comes back out the next round even better. But that's not to say that Charlie's not going to be better. So I've never seen Charlie fight, so I can't say.
But confidence coming into this round with that boost of confidence, knowing that you landed that shot.
It ain't over till it's over in Adam's mind. That's the way I've always known him.
But now, do you think that adrenaline shot that he just got, trying to finish the fight there at the end of the round, how will that affect him as far as when he comes out? Do you think he's still going to be rearing to go, or will he still collect himself and come down?
It's the third and final round. We'll find out.
There we go. Round number 3 is about to kick off. We'll see if the momentum that Charlie Alexander picked up at the end of the round will carry him through. Tough fight to call at this point.
Final round coming at you.
I mean, yeah, you would probably have to give that second round just because of the final flurry to Charlie.
I have it 1-1 right now.
1-1. Here we go. Round number 3. Nice show of sportsmanship between the fighters. A lot of respect here. There's a fighter circle in the center of the ring cage. Adam doesn't appear to be on rubbery legs at all. I think he weathered that storm really well. A little bit of a low blow. Referee lets him go. I think they both exchanged low blows there and just waved it off.
Those front feet kicks are, when your legs get a little heavier, they're hard to get accurate sometimes.
But that front kick to the leg is a really effective technique.
Yes. Judges your distance.
But not only that, it does work the legs really well. It kind of gives that little push on your knee. Oh! A little spinning kick there. Charlie's showing a little more confidence in this round as he's coming.
Adam pressuring a little.
Again with the head kick. Adam telling him, you didn't get me. You got my arm, you didn't get my head. Inside leg kick from Denton there. Is that a spinning side kick, would you call that, Zach?
Yes. All right, spinning heel kick.
A wild shot there from Denton.
Adam's trying to taunt him to come in and exchange.
Again, working that inside leg. I think that's really been the theme throughout this fight is the leg kicks from Charlie Alexander. I think that, may be giving him the edge on the scorecards at least. Denton continues to try to work the body with those kicks. As time counts down here in this third round, neither fighter, oh, nice. swept that leg out from underneath him. Still really don't see as one fighter has truly separated themselves. It's still a pretty close fight, wouldn't you say, Zach?
Very close. Adam taunting
Waving
Charlie,
his finger.
waving his finger. No, no.
Adam's character, he's going to try to put on a show. $30 seconds left in the fight. Somebody's really got a pressure here. Again, right on the shoulder. Kind of acknowledged that one. So, all right, you got me a little bit. I'll throw one back at you. Looking for the takedown is Denton up against the cage. Scores the takedown, but we got a guillotine. How tight is that guillotine? Looks like he's got it deep inside the full guard.
Oh, with just seconds to go.
That guillotine was tight. Pretty solid fight right there from both fighters. I thought it was very entertaining. Well done fight from both guys in the ring. With the guillotine choke at the end. For the win for Charlie Alexander. Zach, we're coming up on the main event of the evening. Reggie Adams fighting against Antowuan Mosley is your main event tonight. Again, Reggie taking this fight at a little bit of short notice, Zach, coming in a little bit heavy. It's a 135
and
pro
fighting
fight.
Crazy Horse's cousin, I believe.
Crazy Horse's cousin.
You know who Crazy Horse is?
I do not know who Crazy Horse is.
Have you ever seen the highlight videos where the guy gets the armbar and he picks him up in the air and he looks at the crowd and he spins around?
Yes.
Black dude with rough shorts.
okay,
Ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen, in
Crazy
4
Horse.
minutes, 15 seconds
Wow,
in the
this should
third
be
round.
interesting.
Winner by submission by way of guillotine. Red corner,
He was trying-
Charlie C4 Alexander!
Adam was trying to get that takedown to try to even the rounds out.
Yeah,
Maybe
I think
to-
that's what he was trying to do.
Gentlemen, first of all, guys, Charlie, man, tell me about that win, man. You had a hell of a performance right there. Tell me what's going through your mind, sir.
I'm just happy to get a win. I dropped the ball last fight in March. I'm not a loser. Fucking hate losing. I was willing to do whatever it took tonight to get that dub. Adam's tough. I thought I had him finished in the second. I tried to wear him out in the first. I knew he hadn't fought in 2 years, but he brought him up to fight. Good fight.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Mr. Charlie C4 Alexander!
Gentlemen, Charlie Alexander making his way out of the cage, the winner in this fight by guillotine choke. Shall we get ready for our main event of the
Ladies
evening?
and gentlemen, are you ready?
I'm ready.
For our main event. Ladies and gentlemen, our final fight for the evening is brought to you by Rock and Roll Sushi, the best sushi in town. The Elvis Roll, the GNR, the Red Hot Chili Pepper. You know it's ready to rock. Sushi, not your thing? Rock and Roll Sushi also has a full offer on their hibachi, everything you can imagine, from rock lobster tail to center cut filet mignon. I'm sure that they've got something for everyone. They've also got a full bar, including craft beer, seasonal drink, specials, wine, and sake. Go see Rock and Roll Sushi today. Also, big props to our new sponsor, Keion Chiropractic. They're set up over there. They're telling you what's wrong with your back, helping you get in line and get right with life. Keion Chiropractic is dedicated to providing relief from joint and back pain through chiropractic care services. We operate 2 locations, one in Medford. You'll find them in Lakeland as well. Make sure you check them out, Keion Chiropractic. Ladies and gentlemen, bring to the arena Antowuan Mosley!
Second round. All right, guys, the last and final fight.
This is your main event. Antowuan Mosley making his way to the ring right now. This is your main event of the evening. So overall, looking back, Zach, an interesting night of fights so far. What was your favorite?
To be honest with you, my favorite fight of the night was Adam Denton and Charlie Alexander. That was a great fight. It went to the bitter end, and it ain't over till it's over. And Adam did great for being off for 2 years. I thought he did a wonderful job.
I did enjoy that fight. Was a good fight. For me, it was the Cameron Hall fight. I really enjoyed that fight. I thought both fighters fought really hard. The Cameron Hall and Akeem.
Yeah, no, that was a great fight.
Welcome to the arena.
There was obviously some controversy in the back that Cameron had tapped in the first round from the armbar, the first armbar.
Really? Did not hear that.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
I tried to look at a replay. I couldn't tell. I like to see the replay on this when I get a chance. Unfortunately for the amateur division, there's nothing you can do. It's not really sanctioned like a pro fight, so you can't go back and call it a no contest or a rematch.
So a little controversy tonight. Well, more than one fight with a little bit of controversy. Again, the no contest with Keion. AC fights end like that. And Reggie Adams getting ready to come out to the ring. The Spider Monkey, Reggie Adams. Is that right?
I don't know what he calls himself, to be honest with you.
I thought that's what he called himself, but I could be wrong.
He does wrestle like that, though. That man, he is wiry, and he gets out of some crazy spots.
I'll tell you what, he is a state champion wrestler out of Cordova High School. Yeah, he's the last state champion from this area, was he not? Excellent wrestler.
So far. He started wrestling right when I got out. I think he was a freshman when I quit.
And so lately, he's been getting a little extra instruction in his judo game.
From his girlfriend.
His girlfriend, Deshi, who's a brown belt in judo, I believe.
They work really well together. They come and train with me sometimes, and we work some techniques.
So it will be interesting to see if he gets in any throws tonight.
Now, Antowuan Mosley, I believe I said that right. Apparently his cousin or brother, I think it's his cousin, is Crazy Horse, who is a well-known MMA fighter.
Legend in the game?
Legend in the game. He has got, I think he's got over 50 fights.
Wow.
He has got a lot of fights. Fights overseas.
I can't even imagine 50 fights.
Does some wild stuff. Do you remember, have you ever seen the old clip where there's two guys in the back and Vanderlei Silva's there? They get into it and the guy charges a jiu-jitsu guy and the guy catches him in a triangle. They're like in the back, like before they walk out the fight.
Yes, I have seen that.
That was Crazy Horse getting caught in the submission.
Well, that should make this an interesting fight as Reggie crawls into the cage. Again, the last fight that Reggie had against Chris O'Con, it was a main event fight. Five rounds, razor close decision. And of course, we spoke earlier about Chris O'Con getting a call-up
for the contender.
For the Tuesday Night Contender Series from Dana White.
So I talked to Reggie about this, and he said he knows that this guy's going to be strong. He knows it.
Knows he's going to be strong. You know, Reggie kept going
Oh,
for a
yeah,
low
ladies
single.
and gentlemen, the
And I talked to him about it. He
next
said that he's been working on changing angles on his takedown attempts,
Featuring
trying to
first
get
in the blue
better
corner,
entry
a street
in.
fighter with a professional record of 0 wins and 1 loss, standing in at 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 135 pounds, fighting out of Atlanta, Georgia, representing X3 Sports. Put your hands together for Antowuan, attempted murderer Mosley!
So attempted murder Mosley out of Atlanta, GA.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner,
Coming to
a
Memphis,
mixed martial
Tennessee.
artist with a professional record of 4 wins and 2 losses, standing at 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds, fighting out of the north of Memphis, Tennessee. Put your thumbs up, representing police brutality of law school MMA, Reggie the Spider Monkey Abdul! Our referee in charge of the match this evening, Mr. Jason Aldridge.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we've been waiting
It's
for all
showtime. Let's get
evening.
it on.
Here we go, round number 1, getting ready for the main event. Reggie Adams versus Antowuan, attempted murder Mosley. Y'all get ready. Hold on to your seats, because this is going to be an exciting fight.
Here we go, guys. Round 1.
Reggie immediately looking for the takedown.
I don't know if that was the takedown or if that was a wild right hook. Obviously, he's strong.
In for the takedown on the double.
This is where Reggie wants to be.
Has he got it on the neck?
No, he doesn't have it. Reggie's got him in half guard.
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, he's out.
Now, Reggie, on the other hand, loves the guillotine.
Reggie's got a nasty guillotine. I've been on the wrong end of that a few times. Again with the takedown.
Reggie said he was strong.
Working those elbows. Little close to the spine with those elbows, you know, risking a chance of, being penalized there. Again, excellent knees from Reggie here.
Great control against the cage.
Almost looks like he had a full Nelson there. Chief J Strongbow-ish. Another takedown for Reggie. He just taking him down at will, essentially.
Reggie has no problem doing that. With Reggie's type of game, you cannot overexert yourself with strength because he's going to use technique every time. He's going to cut the corners. Reggie said that he knew that Antowuan was going to be powerful and he was going to throw some bombs. And he knew that he could not take a chance of getting hit by those.
Antowuan a little wild with his strikes at the start. And Reggie just working the body from the top position. Just got to watch the triangle here. He's leaving that arm in.
Reggie is pretty good at, he's got good mat awareness. Let's just say that.
Uh-oh, he's got him mounted.
Reggie just needs to slide the arm by and take the back.
Looking for that high mount now.
Now Reggie needs to scrape his head to the mat and elbow.
And what does
Antowuan
Antowuan need to do
he
to
needs
get out
to
here?
shrimp out. He needs to create space and shrimp out. He's trying to explode and flip Reggie over. But Reggie has such good mat control that it's going to waste your energy doing that. He needs to trap an arm. And he's trying to umpa out. But see, Reggie is he's working his mount up high.
So when you say umpa out, what exactly do you mean?
There we go. Umpa meaning you trap the arm and then you roll, you arch over a shoulder.
He's on the back now.
The same arm that you have trapped is the arm that you roll over the shoulder to, and that way you can roll them back into and be in their guard.
Reggie is on his back, both hooks in deep.
Reggie
Looking to attack that
needs
neck.
to get a seatbelt.
It's a little high.
Little high. He needs to work rabbit punches in, opening him up. What Antowuan needs to do is he needs to dive his head to the underhook side, or the arm that's under.
Back to the mount.
What control. I mean, I told you, Reggie has great mat control.
Well, when you're dealing with a state champion wrestler,
they're going to be on you like white on rice. They're not going to let off of you at all.
You've really got to be on top of your game.
Reggie needs to get his forearms in front of his face and posture up. Antowuan needs to trap an arm and roll over the side.
Yeah, there he goes with the sweep.
Now Reggie's going for
the triangle. Yeah, he's got it locked almost. I don't think he's going to be able to finish it.
Reggie needs to come out the back door and just come up.
So now he's in a trouble position, being
now
underneath.
He's coming out the back door.
Able to manage to get back on top. The one issue that you run into sometimes when you're looking for a submission in MMA is if you miss, you wind up underneath, and that's not where you want to be.
Right, and Reggie, he went for the submission, he went for the triangle, but he went too far forward.
But he was able to adjust, get out, and maintain top position, which is absolutely crucial in a fight. Bad things happen sometimes when you're on the bottom if you're not really solid. 10 seconds to go in the round. There you go, round, that's the end of the round. So get ready for round number 2 of your main event as the law school team works with Reggie
Ladies and
Adams.
gentlemen, make some noise for your Attitude MMA Ringer.
So it wasn't exactly the most successful round for Antowuan Mosley. What do you think he needs to do to come out and have a better chance of being successful in this second round?
He needs to relax a little more, and he needs to come in and be more calculated, and he doesn't need to let Reggie take him down.
Sometimes that can be easier said than done.
Yes.
So on Reggie's side, what does he need to do to keep maintaining control? What do you see him try to do to maybe try to finish the fight? All right, coach is out of the cage. We're getting ready for round number 2. Looks like Antowuan Mosley breathing a little bit heavy here.
Ladies and gentlemen, round 2 action coming right at you.
Here we go, round number 2. Reggie staying tight. Again, quick shot on the takedown right on the single leg. Gets him up against the cage. Trying to control the legs.
There it goes,
looking for that guillotine.
Reggie's going for the guillotine.
You got to be careful not to get taken down here.
Reggie's going to sink this in.
He's looking for it. He likes the arm-in guillotine. We're going to see what Reggie's guard looks like now. Looking for rubber guard here. Zach, why don't you tell us what exactly rubber guard means?
So rubber guard is getting one foot high up, controlling the hip with the others, and trying to trap one arm. Okay, what Reggie's trying to do right now, he's trying to trap that arm, and he's trying to posture. So he's got the foot in the hip, he's controlling it. But what he needs to do is he needs to work a position. He can go for an omoplata right there. He can bring the right knee up in between the shoulder and the head. Go for the triangle. There's a lot of positions you can go from. I'm not a particular fan of rubber guard because I've got short legs. But it can work if you're in the right position. In some instances in an MMA fight, it can leave you in a bad spot if you don't know how you're doing it correctly or you're stalling. Gives the guy too much time to think. See, right there.
Just dead armed right out of it. Of course, rubber guard, the invention of jiu-jitsu black belt Eddie Bravo. One of the most interesting characters in all of combat sports.
You're not kidding.
If you don't believe me, look into it.
You're not kidding at all. So Reggie's trying to control his arm, build his base.
Tight turtle. He just rolls him right over. Antowuan doing a very good job of keeping him broken down, not letting him posture up. So how does Reggie, you know, break that control and posture up?
He needs to sit back, elbows in the middle, in the legs, and inside the legs, break the guard and pass. Now, look what Antowuan's doing. He's working a high guard.
Yeah, he's definitely working that high guard, trying to hide the shoulder.
I try to put Antowuan against the cage.
But he's using his guard to off balance, Reggie. We noticed that he's not letting Reggie get a good base.
That's why you got to put him against the cage and pin his head against the cage and the canvas, so he can't move, so he has no pushing pressure. And then you stack him. That's what I would do against the cage, stacking him against the cage.
He's going to have to turn him around to get him on the cage. Again, just really good control of the hips and keeping him off balance. Really using his legs and the guard to control the posture. Looking for an arm bar.
See, me, I would stand straight up. Just stand up, push the legs over the head, come down the pipe.
Come right down the pipe with a straight punch?
Yep, straight down, force, full force. Because that's what you don't expect. When it's a high-level black belt, high-level jiu-jitsu fighter, that's a different story. But when it's somebody that, you know, is got basic.
And it looks like Jason Aldridge's going to stand him up. And Jason told him in the rules meeting he wasn't going to tolerate stalling. He was going to stand you up if he didn't feel like you were working. And I think that was a good stand-up right there. Reggie looking again for the takedown. Don't think he's quite in trouble yet.
Yeah, Reggie needs to control the hand and the elbow, and needs to come around and dump.
Surprised he's not trying to sit out in the wrestling. He's looking for those knees to the body right there. Antowuan Mosley looking at those bottoms, just driving those hips down to put all that pressure. I think Reggie carried his weight with 10 seconds to go in the round.
Good reverse for Reggie.
So we go to round number 3. As both fighters head towards their corners. All right, so how do you see it so far, Zach? What are we looking at? What do you think, who's leading this fight?
It's 2-0 with Reggie.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our attitude in
it seems like he
MMA
still has some gas in the tank for a knockout.
It'll be interesting to see if Antowuan comes out firing all of his guns at once to try to get that knockout. I don't think that a submission is in his future. I don't think he has the jiu-jitsu to get a submission on Reggie at this point.
Not at this point.
Seconds out, please. Seconds out.
So we're getting ready to go into your final round of the evening, round number 3, with Reggie Adams and Antowuan Attempted Murder Mosley. I just like saying that. That is a great fight nickname. That is right up there.
Ladies and gentlemen, third and final round coming at you. Make some noise.
Here we go, round number 3. Excellent kick, but another
nice
solid double.
Nice takedown by Reggie Adams.
Really good double right there. So you notice he's trying to force his head away in the half guard. Why is that important, Zach?
So he's forcing him in half guard to control. I talked to Reggie about this a few weeks ago when he came and trained with me, and I told him the half guard's great for control on bottom.
Well, he's got both hooks in now.
He needs to seatbelt, and like I try to tell my students, hug him like you're your best friend. and then just wear it in and dig it in slowly. What Antowuan needs to do is put it back to the mat and shoulder walk out.
Can't tell, but Reggie's got a lockdown, it looks like, on that leg. Getting the top position now. He's looking to flatten him out. He's almost thought he had his feet crossed, which we all know is a no-no.
Antowuan's going to look to explode to keep Reggie from basing up. Reggie needs to hold his face down. In professional MMA, you can hold the face down.
And he is. He's using his forearm to hold his head down.
He needs to be throwing elbows. Antowuan needs to protect himself and trap him on.
Reggie staying on really, really tight.
But this is a really tiring position.
Antowuan needs to be making some space to try to get out. At least try to get to guard.
Yes, holding them like that is doing nothing.
Harry Johnson, as usual, the loudest man in the building. Oh, the wild child. Back into guard. See, he did reverse him into the guard now. Reggie trying to grapevine him to control him.
From the bottom.
Interesting tactic.
Jason Aldridge
standing him up again. Jason will stand you up. If you're not working and you're not trying to advance your position or strike or submit, he's going to stand you up. Reggie don't care. He'll just take you back down again.
Yeah, Reggie knows where he's strong at.
Again, looking for a guillotine again. And just maintaining that top half guard. Looking to pass to Mount.
Reggie right there needs to throw elbows. Antowuan needs to lock the half guard down, dig the underhook in, and get his ear to his belly button to get deep. He needs to take that top arm that's over his head and come underneath.
He needs to get that underhook and hide his head.
Very, very badly. Now Reggie's posting him up against the cage.
It seems like Reggie's just content to grind him out here in this third round. Not trying to finish the fight as much as just grind him out and take the win. Now Reggie going back to that rubber guard. So now he's in trouble with giving up the position. Reggie turtles up tightly. What does Antowuan need to do here, Zach?
Antowuan, he needs to capitalize on this. He needs to come in with punches, elbows. He needs to push his head away or try to cross-face to break him down. He's got his leg trapped right there. He needs to get his leg out and circle.
Grabbing the arm like he's looking for a submission. Almost like he was looking for a Kimura there. Reggie gets back on top and starts to pound him again. Shots to the body. Again, just grinding him out, just on top of him for all he's worth, not giving him any air or any room to move.
Suffocating. But, Reggie trained for a 5-round fight last time. That wasn't too long ago. So,
10 seconds to go in the fight here. Reggie's going to try to posture up for the straw. Referee Jason Aldridge. And that's it. We go the distance in the main event of the evening. Reggie is confident that he has won this fight. I think he is probably correct in that assessment.
I would say so myself.
We go to the judges' scorecard in the main event of the evening. Reggie, Spider Monkey Adams, and Antowuan, attempted murder Mosley. We go to the judges' scorecard. Thought it was a pretty good fight. I thought that Reggie Adams used his skill set to control where the fight went and controlled what happened once it got there. Wouldn't you say so, Zach?
I would definitely say so on that point.
I don't think that Antowuan Mosley had any answers for the takedowns of Reggie Adams, and I think there was your fight. You know, when you're dealing with a state champion wrestler, it's, you know, your takedown defense has to be on point. Looks like a very happy law school camp right now, but you never know what the judges say. I think, you know, you never know when you put it in the hands of the judges. But I think Reggie did win this fight. Waiting for the scorecards to come in. So, Zach, a good night of fights.
That they were.
You know, we'll be back in the FedExForum in July, I believe it is.
Can you say that one more time?
Yes. We'll be back at the FedExForum in July, I believe, is our next card.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of 3 rounds, our judges score the bout unanimously in favor of the red corner, Reggie the Spider Monkey Adams!
Reggie Adams back into the winning column with a unanimous
Reggie,
decision.
man, how do you feel, sir?
It didn't go the way I wanted, but a win is a win. And I'm proud of me and my team performance tonight.
Fantastic, Reggie. So, what are we going to do next, man?
I know my last fight I lost when I fought for the belt, but I heard that it may become vacant. And if it does, I'm ready to step up and take that challenge again. And until then, whoever y'all got for me, whoever think they got it, put them in front of me. Let's go. I'm ready to bang.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Reggie the Spider Monkey Adams!
And I want to give a big shout out to my coach and my team, Law School, the best MMA program around, and the best coach around. Without him, none of us would be who we are or where we are today. So a big shout out to my coach. I know I still got some work to do, so I'm holding my team accountable that when I get back, I want y'all to be on my ass and push me even harder. I love y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Mr. Reggie Adams!
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for the evening.
I know you're wondering what the next Attitude MMA match is. We're going to be right here back at the FedExForum on July 20th. We hope to see each and every one of you. Have a safe trip home. Thank you for coming. Have a good night.
So you heard it, July 20th here at the FedExForum will be the next Attitude MMA card. Look into getting your tickets now. It's going to be a barn burner, as it always is. For my broadcast companion, Zach Lees, CJ Koenig saying, have a great night. See you again at the fights.
Thank you very much, guys.